Broadcasting live from the Civic Media Studios in Green Bay, this is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba, your inside source on everything entertainment from Wisconsin to Hollywood.
Whatever gets you through the night, it's all right.
And now, a guy who does his own stunts, Pete Schwaba.
Welcome to Nite Lite, ladies and gentlemen. Great to have you here, folks. Happy Wednesday, everybody, as we kick off this short week of live shows. I was out Monday night and Tuesday night, so I love when we still get texts, even though we're not technically here. So we'll try to address those throughout the course of the show. It's nice to know people are still listening, but I am back live tonight through the rest of the week and all next week as well. So great to have you with me, wherever you're joining us from tonight in the beautiful, chilly state of Wisconsin. Thank you for being here, and we hope to put a smile on your face and, have people walk away. I don't know, Con, would you say a little smarter or informed?
Yeah, informed for sure.
Be it about movies or the weather or whatever, right?
Yes, I totally agree.
Yeah. So, great show tonight, folks. It was fun to put this one together because we've got outstanding guests and a great question and some really fun talking points tonight. We'll talk about Wisconsin drivers and where you think Wisconsin might measure up in the scope of good to bad drivers. And maybe you'll be surprised, maybe you won't. But either way, great show. Lots of fun to be back behind the microphone here, and I had a good weekend. Con, how are you doing tonight? Conrad Krieger, folks.
I'm doing great.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm finally over the little sickness I had. You sound like you're not fully over it yet.
You know, I'm getting there. Yesterday I felt like $1,000,000, and then last night I slept like a baby, and I still woke up. And you ever do that thing where you like cough for like 2 hours when you wake up, and you are hacking up just the most unholy looking nonsense. It's just awful. So, but yeah, and I have like no voice this morning, and then all of a sudden I can talk. So I'm getting there. And it's been about a week. I think you took off last Wednesday.
Yeah, correct.
I remember I was leaving and you sneezed right on me when I left, and then I got sick.
Well, not to mention before you got in, I sneezed all over your seat, too.
I knew you did something. But either way, it is great to be back. And what did you do? So you were here last night?
No.
Well, you weren't.
Yeah, I made what I needed to and
the best of show. Okay.
Put it into the system. Well, Aaron Zommers did. Thank you. Shout out Aaron Zommers.
Thank you, AZ.
And I was watching I just watched a bunch of films I tried to get back into my routine of working out again, because when you get sick, it's tough to even think about going to do that.
Yeah, no kidding.
So I finally got back into a rhythm now. So I'm happy about that.
It's funny you mentioned that. When my daughter was still home last week, before we left town on Saturday, we hit the gym, and I was still not, I worked out thinking, I can do this. I was trying to, be a tough guy or something. I'm going to work out before. And I felt okay. And then later that night, I felt like death. I was just like, that was really stupid. Like, what am I, trying to join a Mr. Universe competition or something? It was just silly. So, but in any event, yeah, it's tough to get back into working out when you've hung it up for a while. Are you one of those people that just jumps in, or do you give yourself, I'll give myself another day?
No, I was, Wednesday, Thursday, I didn't even want to move pretty much. But then, Friday I was like, all right, it's time. I need to get back into it.
Good for you, man. That's impressive.
I didn't do the best workout, but I still got there.
Yeah.
And did it. And then Saturday I felt a lot better. So I did a full workout again that day.
Well, it's going to be tough for anybody to want to leave the house over the next few days. I would say for the next 4 days, people, the weather is going to be awful. And I don't mean weather. I should just say the cold. The cold is going to be, it's going to be like 15 to 20 below in certain areas here in northeast Wisconsin. I know Milwaukee's going to get hit, Madison. And that's without wind chill. That, I think, I could be wrong, but I don't remember it being that cold in my lifetime, just with the basic, maybe 15 or 12 below. I don't know that I've ever experienced like 19 or 20 below, though. So whatever you have to do, get your stuff. And it's funny, when it's going to get that cold, like today I'm going, like I said to my wife, well, it's supposed to be nice tomorrow. We should go out and get groceries tomorrow. 19 today was the high. That's nice compared to what it's going to be. That's how I'm talking about. Oh, it's going to be, balmy tomorrow. Let's go out and get our groceries before it gets really cold. But we will have news, sports, and weather coming up at 5:30. We're trying to get Mace Michaels here to join us at some point tonight so he can kind of give us an idea of what to expect outside of just reading the temperatures on a phone, like what we should do, safety issues or factors we should bring into play during the next few days of weather, because it is going to be really bad. So I went to this funeral for my Uncle Pat over the weekend. Here's why humor is the greatest stress reliever or tension cutter. I walk in to the service, and this was Monday morning, and the first person I see is my dad and my Aunt Sarah, who drove up from Chicago. She's my dad's sister, but still came up to pay her respects to my Uncle Pat. And I see Sarah and my dad. I say, hi, Dad. I give Sarah a big hug. I haven't seen her in a couple of years. And then I immediately turn and use some hand sanitizer, and it shoots all over my Aunt Sarah.
Wow.
My brother Andrew starts laughing like he has never laughed before in his life. His shoulders were convulsing. Like it was such a Chevy Chase moment. Sarah, oh my God, how are you? And I hug her, and then I turn and I do one of these, and it obviously hadn't been used since COVID because it shot everywhere. And I said, I'm sorry, I got some hand sanitizer in your sweater. And I start to wipe her arm, the sweater sleeve off. And she goes, oh, that's okay. And then she goes, oh, actually, you kind of got it everywhere. And she started wiping off her vest. But the best thing about it, and those little moments in life where you aren't expecting to laugh. Like, what I'm saying is I'm happy to have acted like a horse's ass because I saw how hard it made my brother laugh. And it's that song that's in Dumb and Dumber by the Gigolo Ants called, I think it's called Where I Find My Heaven. And there's a line in the song that says, and the sacred moments of silliness are where I find my heaven. And it was just such a great moment because everyone was, not somber. I mean, my uncle was 85, but he still did go kind of unexpectedly. So to have that happen and then just have a huge laugh to start off the morning was kind of set a lighter tone, at least, or as light as it could possibly be expected. But it was a beautiful weekend, great to see family, and but also good to be back home and good to be back on the air. So, what did you do, Con?
Well, we're talking about the cold weather.
Yeah,
and I just sent you a little picture. If you look on your chat, and you can read that off. It's from Christina Laurie, actually. She posted it last year. Almost going to be 30 years ago now. But
oh yeah, 29 years ago, Wisconsin recorded its coldest temperature in history. What? 55 below?
Yeah.
Get out of here. I don't think I lived in Wisconsin then. I feel like I'd remember that. Located in Sawyer County, the small and nondescript village was the victim of a frigid air mass that settled in and shattered records. That is insanity.
Yeah, I feel like even like with that, temperature, your house is working like triple overtime.
Yeah.
Trying to keep you warm. Like you have to put that to at least 80, you think, in the house?
I have no idea. Would that even work?
I don't know.
Like
would it freeze?
Would your pipes freeze?
Yeah.
I mean, that's my biggest fear. And I looked at my utility bill the other day, and I saw this great article by our pal Terry Barr, who said that in the article, you can check it out at civicmedia.us, utility costs are just a lot higher because either the prices of natural gas or utility companies raising the prices. But my bill was twice what it was the previous month. I had 2 kids home for a couple weeks, and I had Christmas lights on, but they're LED lights. They're not. That's crazy.
You want to know how much it was for, not my current place, but my last place is a little bit bigger. It kept the heat on, even when I didn't want it on. I also have a pretty nice PC, and then I have 2 TVs. So it's like, what do you think? What do you think my bill would be around in the winter?
700 square foot apartment ish.
It was, I'd say around 850, somewhere around there.
That's good size. 100.
It was. No, it was about 112, somewhere around there.
112, okay.
And I didn't even think I used that much electricity. I was like, how is it this expensive?
But they always had the heat cranked in that place, you said.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. Well, I think it's actually the heat was rising in the place, but I don't know. I just could never turn it off. And I had to get someone, because I don't know if you remember, I told last year that my apartment was still like hot, like super hot in the summer.
Yeah.
It's because the heat was still on.
That's insane.
I felt the furnace at the bottom. It was like, why is this still hot? And yeah.
That's actually, it was kind of a high guess because 850 square feet, my house is like 2,200 square feet, and our bills have been like 150. So, but that's a lot, I think, for a place
just
that
me.
size. Yeah.
For just me, too, you know?
This is, in one way, we can fight the cold, folks, by hugging. This is National Hugging Day. And I have discovered as an adult, there's nothing more fun for me than creating awkwardness by hugging someone who you realize mid-hug is not a hugger. And they just kind of go stiff and they're not comfortable with being embraced. And I've changed my tune on this, Con. I used to hug everybody. Like if I hadn't seen you in 3 months, I might do the bro thing where we handshake between us and then I'll do the wrap around just so there's no bodily touching. But I like to hug, and I think times have changed. I don't think people like to be, and which is weird because I know in the past I've said I don't particularly care to shake the hands of those I don't really know well. But I think things have changed. I don't think as many people are huggers as they used to be. I don't know.
You know, it's funny when you do like give someone a hug and their arms just like go
Yeah.
or like down
Yeah.
on their sides.
Totally.
And then you're like, oh, okay, all right, never hugging
It's
you again.
paralyzing. Yeah, they don't know what to do. They're like immobile because they feel so awkward. News, sports, and weather coming up in about 13 minutes, folks. Congratulations, Packers fans. There was a big win over the weekend. The Bears collapsed in a way that I couldn't even believe after an amazing throw. That was nuts.
An amazing throw, yes. It was just I didn't even know what to say. I was speechless after that. I was watching the game with some of my friends. We are all just like, what?
You see a throw like that, you're like, oh, here we go. The Bears are going to win. And that's what I thought. And I was watching it at the Milwaukee Marriott West with about 20 family members, kind of in the sports bar lobby. And we just went crazy. And we thought it was a game the Bears should be winning. They squandered a lot of opportunities. But then you hold Matthew Stafford off in overtime. And you get the ball back. You advance it past the 50. That last throw should not have been thrown. And there's all this discrepancy. Did DJ Moore kind of dog it on the route? It's Williams who threw it. He made the throw, and he could have run.
I was confused why it wasn't a run play to start, to be honest.
Yeah.
But that's, yeah. You know, some of those fourth down plays, you know, were good. Some of them were, you know, why?
Some of them were why, and you go, I thought we had the offensive genius here calling the plays. So congratulations, Packers fans. I'm sure you enjoyed that.
Well, I'm happy for, the only person I'm happy for is Devontae Adams. That's the only person I'm happy for.
Yeah, he had a pretty good, or he had a big catch toward the end.
Yeah,
there.
he didn't have the best game, but that catch was crucial.
Yeah, it was huge. All right, folks, we're going to do a quick break, and when we come back, I'm going to tell you what our question of the night is. It involves bacon. That's all I'll say. I'll tell you who's going to be on the show, and talk a little bit about kids swearing.
Yeah.
And if that's acceptable. All right, that's all coming up. This is Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Oh, my Lord, I really want to know you. I really want to go with you. I really want to show you, Lord, that it won't take long, my Lord. Hallelujah. My sweet Lord.
This is Nite Lite. I am Pete Schwaba. It is great to have you here, folks, on this Wednesday in our cold, chilly state of Wisconsin. Joining me in just a few minutes after the news will be Wonderfully Wisconsin's Paul Vandenplas. Paul is the creator of Wonderfully Wisconsin, an outstanding social media platform that celebrates all the fun, cool things to see in our state. He does really cool stuff with his postings regarding Wisconsin eateries and hotels and places to visit. I think I got to the bottom of this, Con. He's doing a couple visits ago. He told us he's doing a breakdown of the 100 best hamburgers in Wisconsin. And I don't know what I was thinking. I thought when we had him back on a couple months later, I was like, oh, well, let's hear what the top 100 are. Well, he was only on like 15. And then I realized, yeah, that's going to take a while.
Yeah, it's going to take,
burger places. That's a huge undertaking. So Paul is at about 20. So we'll get an update on that. It's actually coming along pretty nicely. He's 20% done, and he'll have stuff to post probably for the next year or so. So that's exciting. And he's got a lot of cool stuff that he recently explored. So we'll talk to Paul about that. That's at 5:35. And we've got a quiz for him about Wisconsin landmarks. Conrad put together one of his cool quizzes that we do from time to time, and we will give Paul a quiz. He's always a blast to have on the show. That is coming up after the news in just a few minutes. Then at 6:35, Milwaukee-based comedian Chastity Washington will be here. Chastity is a very accomplished comedian and has made her home base Milwaukee, but she's been all over the place. Comedy festivals, she's done her own specials. She's also a teacher. So I'm very excited to talk to her about that as well. I'm sure she gets, some material from her classroom. My wife always has funny stories when she comes home after a long school day. So we'll talk to Chastity. She's been on the show before, and it'll be great to reconnect with her at 6:35. Then my pal Frank Anderson will be here at 7:20. Frank is the founder of Wisconsinology.com, a very accomplished director, producer, and musician, fresh off yet another appearance at Joey's Song, which took place in Madison a couple weeks ago. So we'll talk to Frank about how that went. And then he's going to tell us about some really cool stuff that was created here in Wisconsin. Stuff I didn't even know about, but I'll give you a hint. One of the things, Con, is we were in a hotel in Waukesha over the weekend, and I made a late-night grocery store run with my daughter, and we get in the car, and the GPS tells us to pull out onto Les Paul Drive. And I was like, that's right. Les Paul created the Les Paul guitars here in Wisconsin. He's got a huge boulevard or street or way or drive named after him in Waukesha, his hometown. But Frank knows about a lot of these cool things that were created here in Wisconsin. So we'll talk about that with Frank at 7:20. All kinds of fun stuff. Right now, I think it's time we get to our Nightlight question of the night.
Let's talk about the question.
Okay, question.
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 Pregunta.
Question.
Question.
Hey, I have a question. Questions?
This question.
Domanda. Question.
Question.
Questions.
What is your favorite Kevin Bacon movie? It's high time we talked a little bacon on this show. And you know what I forgot to do? Check out how many degrees of separation I am from Kevin Bacon. I think I'm like 1. But we should do that. We'll do that during the break. I meant to do that before the show. I actually meant to do that last night, but I kept kicking the can down the road. But that is our question tonight. And I think it's because his horrible show, The Following, dropped on this day maybe 10 years ago, 15 years ago. It's a bad show. But Kevin Bacon's got an incredible resume. He's been in movies you've forgotten about, too. So that is tonight's question. What is your favorite Kevin Bacon movie? I say A Few Good Men and She's Having a Baby. He's really good in just about everything. But I love his performance in She's Having a Baby as the young husband who has the crazy wild friend in Alec Baldwin, but is trying to be a good husband, working his way up the ladder. It's a John Hughes written film. It's a really sweet story. But I love him in A Few Good Men as well. He was great in Tremors, Footloose. You got all the big ones. And a couple people on social media even said Animal House, because he is the guy who is getting paddled in his underpants. I think his only line in the movie is, "Thank you, sir, may I have another?" But he's one of the pledges of the douchey fraternity. So, but let us know what your favorite Kevin Bacon movie is. 855-752-4842, 855-75 Civic. You can also text us on the app, or if you're watching the radio on the stream at Facebook, YouTube, or X, drop us a stream comment. Just be part of the show, folks. We love it when you join the show. Con, you got a favorite Kevin Bacon?
Yeah, X-Men, First Class.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that on the sheet.
Yes, that's one
Who
of my.
is he in that?
I just had it. I'd lost it. Steven.
Steven?
Just Steven.
That's his name in a superhero movie. And as Steven, Kevin Bacon.
He's Sebastian Shaw. Wow, I got that. Yeah, I had that in my head, and it just vanished when you asked.
Is he a
it.
superhero?
Kinda, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a fun character in it.
All right.
Sebastian Shaw.
He's one of those guys. He's likable. He posts fun videos of he and his wife, Kira Sedgwick, dancing. And he's got that dancing gene from Footloose, that was made popular in Footloose. He was also in another movie called Quicksilver from the 80s about bike messengers in Chicago. I remember seeing that and kind of being pleasantly surprised. Tiff Burry on social media says, Footloose. Thank you, Tiff. Eric Rathsack from Ask Your Mother says, Tremors with Reba. God, I forgot Reba McEntire was in that movie. She was funny. Tremors have you ever seen Tremors?
I have not, no.
It's good. He and the dad, Michael Gross, I believe is his name, from Family Ties, play these two guys who are always doing paper, rock, scissors as to who should do and these tremors of these humongous worms under the ground. It's really campy, but really funny.
Did you say paper, rock, scissors?
I think so.
That sounds weird.
Rock, paper, scissors.
I was going to be like, is that a Chicago thing?
But you knew what I was talking about.
I was making sure,
Scissors, paper, rock.
Oh, I don't like it.
World into
I don't like
people.
it.
And my pal Rachel Manick from Fox 11 News here in Green Bay says, Footloose. Rachel, come back on the show. We'll discuss Footloose. I love it. Great responses. Keep them coming, folks. We're going to break for the news, sports, and weather here. And when we come back, wonderfully Wisconsin's Paul Vandenplas will be here. We're talking Wisconsin tonight. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
You got the music in you.
Lite with Pete Schwaba. I am Pete Schwaba. It is a Wednesday night in the very chilly state of Wisconsin, so gather the family around the radio, folks. Get a fire going in the fireplace, and let's go old school here. Let's retro radio listen right here and stay warm, because it's only going to get worse, as we just heard, over the next few days. Our question of the night is, what is your favorite Kevin Bacon movie? That's right, we're talking bacon, and we have to do... Can you Google find out what your degree of separation is from Kevin Bacon? Do you know of that whole thing? The 6 degrees of separation from Kevin Bacon?
I don't, but I can look it up.
It's a huge thing, and he's been in so much stuff that everybody is some degree away from Kevin Bacon, I guess.
Myself?
Maybe.
I don't think so.
Well,
is it
pardon
the
me.
Oracle of Bacon that I need to look up on?
The Oracle. I don't know about that.
I don't know.
I would type in 6 degrees of separation. How does the 6 degrees of separation from Kevin Bacon work? And see what you come up with. You could be first cousins. You don't know. I think you would know.
I think I'd know.
All right. So let us know, folks. What is your favorite Kevin Bacon movie? I said A Few Good Men, and She's Having a Baby. Conrad said X-Men, Avengers. First Class. But let's find out what our first guest thinks about Kevin Bacon. He works his butt off, folks, traveling our beautiful state, posting really cool stuff about our state, whether it's supper clubs or bars or hotels or cool attractions. He does it all at Wonderfully Wisconsin, a really cool content creator, and he joins us here from time to time. We love it when he's here in the studio. Mr. Paul Vandenplas. Hey, buddy.
Hey, Pete. Thanks for having me on.
You got the swag on if you're watching on the stream. Where can people get a really cool T-shirt like that? I love the green, or a sweatshirt, I should say. I love the green.
They can't.
They can't?
Not yet. Not
You had
yet.
that made
I'll be
okay.
working on that.
Paul, when you're trying to promote yourself, you don't just make swag for yourself. You got to
I'm new
get
at this.
I got no swag, so what am I talking about? Hey, it's great to have you here, buddy. How are you?
I'm great.
Yeah, good. So, do you have a favorite Kevin Bacon movie?
Oh, of course.
Or show?
Of course. Footloose.
Yeah. Footloose, great.
Oh, I just identify with it. Growing up in a small Wisconsin town.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I get it.
Were you not allowed to dance in the town you grew up in, though?
Well, yes, but not because there was just a general law. I mean, they just saw me and they're like, no, you don't, please don't dance.
Paul, please go visit Wisconsin keepsakes. Do not dance in front of anyone. I love that movie, and I liked that it was about dancing. And I thought it was funny that, you know, I think it was for religious. Oh, no, it was a pastor played by John Lithgow who said you can't dance. And it was because a girl had died in a car accident like 20 years earlier because they were drinking, and he equated that to dancing somehow, whatever. But my point is, in the movie, there's no dancing in this town. But then at the end of the movie, the kids in the town get together and overturn the dancing law, and they get to have a dance.
Right.
And all of a sudden, everybody in the town knows how to break dance. It's like, wait a minute. They couldn't dance for 20 years, and now they're popping it and locking it. Like, what? Either they were cheating and practicing. I just thought that was weird. But a really fun movie.
Sure.
Great movie. So is your year off to a good start? How are things going with Wonderfully Wisconsin?
Oh, just busier than ever.
Yeah.
Still in the middle of my burger tour. So,
Yeah.
you know, been working. We're coming up on a year of the burger tour, which sounds insane. But if your listeners don't know, I am going to at least 100 burger places around the state of Wisconsin.
Least. Oh, man. I love
And
it.
it's probably looking like I'm probably going to try to get to like 125.
So how are you researching that? Are you like, there's so many, like Wisconsin's like probably right in the middle of, in terms of state population nationwide, but do you go, are there 100 burger places that are great, or are there 200? How did you settle in on 100 to start and maybe 125?
I think 100, you know, it's a nice round number, obviously. But I think that's where it starts to be where somebody will kind of take it seriously. You know,
Okay.
if you go to 20 burger places, okay, yeah, but there's 1,500 more in the state.
Right.
But if 100, I think, is the beginning of like, okay, somebody really will take that number seriously.
Like, this guy's done his homework.
Right.
Like, that's a serious, because honestly, I said this at the beginning of the show. When you first told us what you were doing, I expected you to come back 3 months later and have the list. And I'm like, wait a minute. I started thinking about it. I'm like, 100 burger places? That's like, they're not all in the Fox Valley.
Right.
So how do you pick them? Do you pick them randomly or based on reputation?
Sometimes it's randomly. It's like, hey, here's a place. Let's stop and just check it out. Why not? But I do have a very passionate fan base. And one thing, if you want to get people riled up in Wisconsin, ask them what the best cheese curd is, where the best fish fry is, and who has the best burger. So people really
maybe old fashioned
or old fashions too. But yeah, people are really passionate about their favorite burger in the state of Wisconsin. So it's easier than you'd think.
So here's what I want to say, because you're a pretty positive guy.
Sure.
And I thought, how is Paul gonna go into a place, hate the burger? I mean, do you just not post then, or what do you do? Because you did go to Lambeau Field, and I was surprised at your candor. You said it's okay, but you're also saying you don't go to Lambeau Field for the burgers. You know, it's a pretty safe thing to go 2 stars, you know, because you got the Packers there. That's why you're there. But have you been to a lot of places like that where it was just like,
few and far between. I've been lucky enough. I've made the decision if I went to a place and it was a terrible burger, I just would not post the content because I've seen the good that my content can do for a business.
Yeah.
So I know it can be equally damaging. So I've been lucky enough, though, to not run into that. And like I said in my Lambeau, I always look for something positive. Yeah. So in the Lambeau Field video, I said, hey, after an afternoon of barley pops, this burger will do.
Right. That was great. What about, you also posted something recently, and I've heard this before somewhere, that the hamburger was created in Wisconsin, possibly Seymour, or has some origin here. Yes. That was an interesting post. Tell us about that.
Yes. I forget the year, 1800s, at the Seymour State Fair, Seymour County Fair, or Outagamie, I believe.
Okay.
Whatever fair is in Seymour. I apologize. But there was a man selling meatballs, and apparently, as the story goes, they weren't selling that well, and he thought of a way that he could make them something you could eat kind of on the go, and therefore the hamburger was born.
Well, it's just a matter of convenience.
Yes.
How do I take this goodness with me?
Yeah, and ironically enough, in researching the story, I found out there's a Hamburger Hall of Fame in Seymour. So a great video idea. I have no clue what it all entails, but why not?
Now, is there a place in Seymour that has a great burger that you've been to? Is there going to be one on your list, do you think?
I haven't yet. There is a bar and grill there that a lot of people say is fantastic, that I was unaware of before people were telling me about it. The only burger place that I knew of in Seymour was McDonald's. So,
and their burgers, you know, okay.
It's all Mickey D's.
Billions and billions served. And apparently, I think Terry Barr did something on the burger a couple years ago on the Civic Media website, but they smashed it, I think, and put a bun around it. Because the burger used to be like a meatball, right?
Yes.
Okay. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Innovative.
Yeah, and I believe a burger's actually supposed to be served with the rounded part down. Was traditionally how that was done to soak up more juices.
Interesting. Oh, wow, that's so cool. All right, so we got burgers. I love the post you did recently about freezing to death on the way to Quick Trip. Where did that come from? And let's get a lesson for Conrad here, because he spends a lot of time at Quick Trip, and we don't want to lose anybody on the trek. So,
I don't know. I just think of funny things. It's funny Wisconsinism. Yeah. So I thought, I'm like, I would like to tell a funny joke about how cold it is here, and kind of how on Mount Everest, the Sherpas are guiding people, and people don't make it back. And so, unfortunately, they use bodies as landmarks on Mount Everest. So we'll equate that to Wisconsin.
He just went in for cheese curds, and now he's part of the landscape. You know what? I went to Quick Trip on the way down to Milwaukee on a Saturday, I think, and they have these cheesy like potato dealios.
Oh yeah.
Man, those are good. And they always have cheese curds, and I can take cheese curds are fine, but these whenever they have them, even if I'm fasting or on some kind of program, I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, they have cheesy potato puffs. I have to get those now, but they don't always have them like they have the cheese curds.
No, the loaded cheese spuds, I think they're called. Spuds, yeah. Oh, those things are addicting.
Dynamite. And really healthy too.
Yeah.
So where are you, before we move on from the burgers, because who doesn't love hamburgers? Do you have 2 or 3 places that you've been to so far that you can really tout their work when it comes to the burger?
Absolutely. I like to say, giving more of a generalized answer, the places that have been around for like 80 years and haven't changed anything are the places that really have been standouts to me. A place that I went to recently that really was a surprise was just a bar and grill in the small town of Mishicot. It's a newer bar, and so a couple people were like, go check it out. And It was one of the best burgers I've had. Great service.
Oh, wow.
Just a surprise.
Yeah.
Not the best burger I've had so far, but
You
very
stumble
good.
onto it.
Yeah, you
It's
stumble
great.
into some place
I
and
love
it's just an
places like
incredible
that.
burger.
That's the voice of Paul Vandenplas, folks. Follow him at Wonderfully Wisconsin. Facebook, Instagram,
Yep, everywhere.
TikTok.
Everywhere.
Really?
Sure.
So what am I missing?
Oh, I'm on X on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, X. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, cool. That's a lot of work, man. Keeping up all those. Do you have to post? Because every time you post, I guess the posting doesn't take time, but cutting the videos together, how long does that take you? Because I don't know if people realize what you put into this content creation. You got to drive there, you got to film it, you got to edit it, and you do have edits, and you have sound. It takes work. So walk us through that process.
Oh, sure. It's traveling, and then when you're at the location, it's just like any or other videographer. You're looking at the shots that you want. You want the general idea of what you want this video to be. You can't just take random shots and like, okay, I'll just cut it together.
Yeah.
You want to tell a story with your video. So you're taking the shots that you want, and then you're editing that video down, and then I do voiceovers over most of my work. So then I have to tell the story, with my voice that I'm trying to convey in the video. So it's, without the travel, just the editing part is several hours
For one video.
per video. Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, and that's just for short form. So people who do YouTube long form content for hour videos, I can't even imagine.
Yeah. Have you, what have you learned since you've been doing this? Have you become a better filmmaker? Because you are creating little movies.
Yeah. I've learned a lot in the way that I do want to storytell. In the beginning, it was just piecing things together. If I'm like, I'm here and I don't know what to do. I didn't go to school for film or videography or marketing or media or anything. So it's just learning that along the way of how to tell the story.
Yeah. That's so cool. Well, you're very good at it. We've got John on the stream says he's not a fan of Culver's burgers, but he says way overcooked. But he does say, this is for Paul, does your guest prefer his burgers medium rare? How about fresh or frozen meat? That's a good question.
Sure. I do like medium rare or rare, depending if it is a really good quality meat.
Okay.
I've had decent frozen burgers, to be honest, if they're like flash frozen and high quality beef. But of course, tend to prefer fresh.
Yeah. I think the frozen ones are better on the grill, maybe, if you put them on the grill. You prefer not to have frozen.
Right.
But you're right. They can taste okay.
Yep.
Pardon me. All right. Paul Vandenplas is my guest. We've got, if you have a question for Paul, first of all, follow him, folks. He does great stuff. You'll be very proud of our state, and you will love the work he does. And you want to go to some of these places. He recently visited a hotel. We'll ask him about that. And we'll talk about, you like Brewer. You said the Lambo burgers are better than the Brewer burgers, right?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, that's good.
By a smidge.
By a smidge. So we'll have a lot more coming up with, have you been to Leon's in Oshkosh?
I have, but not for video. I love Leon's.
Okay.
Love Leon's.
The juice burgers are fantastic. All right. We're coming right back with Paul Vandenplas. This is Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Though the storm and its furies rage today, crushing hope that we cherish so deep, the cloud and storm will in time pass away, and the sun again will...
I'm Pete Schwaba. This is Nite Lite. Great to have you here, folks. News, sports, and weather coming up in just about 7 minutes. My guest in studio, this is always fun. Paul Vanden Plas is here. He is a content creator and has created the platform Wonderfully Wisconsin, which is a wonderful follow. You have to check him out. He's on all the social media platforms. He goes from establishment to establishment, event to event, landmark to landmark here in Wisconsin, and he will make you very proud of our state. He does great work, and it is always fun to have you here, buddy.
Well, thanks for having me.
You're welcome. I heap so much praise on you, you probably were expecting me to comp you a drink.
Oh, of course.
There's your water right there. So you were at a hotel recently, I thought, and this was the first time I had seen a post you had done about hotels.
Sure.
And I thought, those are great to visit too. There's some great old historic hotels here in Wisconsin, but it was the Charmont Hotel in La Crosse. How come you liked it so much? What was so great about it?
Oh, it's just kind of like everything all rolled into one. History is very luxurious. They take very good care of you. The room was cozy and comfortable, but very high end.
Yeah.
Just a really cool experience.
You love going to places like that. I mean, because let's be honest, I feel like, unfortunately, in our country right now, if you pay top dollar, $500 a night for a hotel room, you get great service. Right. But then there's the rest of us who, don't go beyond $200 or whatever, $100, $80. It's just like take it or leave it. There just could be stuff broken in your room and they're like, sorry about that. Like, I feel like the middle class, when it comes to hotels, it's not a great fit right now. Like, people aren't really attentive at some of those chains. But when you go to a place like this, you expect great treatment because they obviously take pride in their space and the history surrounding the establishment.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's why people are probably familiar with the Michelin Guide as far as restaurants, Michelin star restaurants. So the Michelin Guide recently started doing hotels. So there is a key rating system.
Nice.
I believe 1 through 3. So there are only 2 Michelin Guide rated hotels in the entire state of Wisconsin. One's in Beloit, and then the other one's the Charmont.
No kidding.
Yeah, and it really is. It is unbelievable. You go there, service is incredible. And like I say in the video, you think a stay like this, if you were in LA or Chicago or New York, this is going to be a $700 a night room. In Little La Crosse, it's $220 a night.
Nice.
And you're overlooking the Mississippi River.
Oh,
so
wow.
just beautiful views and really a great bang for your buck.
And I'm always worried because people say, well, check the reviews. So there's 1,000 reviews, but with AI, I don't know, like, honest to God, I don't know if those are real people now. I think 10 years ago they probably were, but I don't know what I'm looking at right now. I just look at the star rating and I'm like, well, all right, the pictures look okay, I guess. But you don't know what you're walking into.
Right.
Have you ever heard of the Chequamegon in Ashland? Is it the Chequamegon? It's up in Ashland. It's right on Lake Superior. Beautiful old hotel.
No.
You got to check it out. I did stand up there like 30 years ago, and it was like just this. It was a heck of a drive from Chicago, where I was based at the time. But when you got there, it was like, oh my God! It's like the Grand Hotel in Mackinac Island. You're stepping back in time,
Sure.
Let's talk about that because you did a recent post about why isn't Michigan's Upper Peninsula part of Wisconsin? What can you tell us about that? What did you find out?
It was due to, I forget the name of a war. It wasn't a real war, but there was a huge disagreement back before these states here were states. They were territories. And at the time that I believe Ohio and Michigan were getting ready for statehood, they were kind of battling over this area at the lower part of Michigan. So they came to an agreement that it's like, you know what, we'll give Ohio this, but then Michigan gets the Upper Peninsula.
No kidding.
Yeah, and it's like, well, that makes sense because there is no reason it should be a part of Michigan.
It is kind of weird, but I mean, let's be honest. Do we want the UP?
Yeah.
We would want it as part of Wisconsin.
Oh, it's beautiful up there.
Oh, it's gorgeous. No question about it. But as far as bang for your buck goes, I think there were 300,000 people in the whole. I don't know. It just seems like a lot more land to take care of, and I don't know.
I like Upers. I just consider them extra drunk Wisconsinites.
Listen, I'm not trying to start a fight between us and the Upers. I think they're wonderful people. I'm just saying. What do you, all right, when it comes to the time of year, Paul, we talked about, you just mentioned a hotel where it's really cozy, and that winter is very special in Wisconsin. Not all of us love it, but we appreciate it at times, for times like that when you're at a great hotel. What's your favorite time to travel around the state?
It's
do
summer.
what you do.
It's summer. Yeah. Wisconsin is really known for our summer is that it is the best place to live for 3 or 4 months out of a year, unfortunately. But no, that's my favorite time. There is anything you could ever want to do, you can do here in summer.
Is there a particular part of the state you would prefer to go to in winter or fall or spring, say?
I would say summer is probably Driftless area because you can go and there's a lot of hiking opportunities. It's just very incredibly
gorgeous
beautiful
area.
And then you head up north in the winter. You know, nice cabin, roaring fire, a lot of great skiing opportunities. Not just downhill, a lot of cross country. I think the Berkey is the biggest, biggest cross country race in North America, I think, or maybe the world.
You're right.
So
are you a snowmobiler or a skier? Do you like any of those winter sports?
I used to do all that when I was much younger and more flexible.
No, if you're like me, you just avoid injury if you can. John on the stream says, "Does your guest like Angus beef?" Do you get into what kind of beef is on the burger? That would be a serious deep dive.
Sure,
cool.
I don't make any content on it, but I am huge into Texas style barbecue. That is one of my personal massive passions.
Okay.
So. Oh yeah, I could talk beef all day.
What about when you're at home and you make something like that? Is there a particular kind of beef you go to?
I'm going for like prime grade stuff usually, but I'm usually not working with ground hamburger. I'm usually working with actual cuts of
the good stuff. Look at you, man. All right, Paul Vanden Plas is my guest, folks. He's going to stick around with us through the news. We're going to give him a Wisconsin. Is it a landmark quiz, Con?
Wisconsin landmark quiz.
I think you're going to crush this thing, buddy.
Well, if I fail, I'm blaming you.
Fair enough. All right, we are coming back after the news. This is Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite. And also in hour number 2, comedian Chastity Washington will be here. Hour number 3, or Act 3, Frank Anderson will be here talking about our state as well. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
WGBW, Denmark, Green Bay.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. In Davos, Switzerland, President Trump telling leaders at the World Economic Forum he will not acquire Greenland by military force. And later, following a meeting with NATO's leader, the president backed down from imposing tariffs on Europe, hinting he has a framework on a future Greenland deal.
Well, the deal is going to be put out pretty soon, and we'll see. It's right now a little bit in progress, but pretty far along. It gets us everything we needed to get.
Tomorrow, Vice President J.D. Vance travels to Minneapolis. He'll get a firsthand look at federal immigration operations in the city. His visit comes as the Justice Department investigates local and state Democratic leaders for possible obstruction of ICE operations. Day 1 of deliberations continuing in Texas in the trial of a former Uvalde school officer charged with child endangerment in the 2022 Robb Elementary School shooting. And for the first time, Iranian state TV announcing an official death toll from recent protests, saying more than 3,100 people were killed. This is ABC News. In London, Prince Harry testified today in the tabloid trial against Associated Newspapers, which owns the Daily Mail. He's joined in the suit by other celebrities that include Elton John and actress Elizabeth Hurley, and allege the Daily Mail used illegal tactics to obtain information. ABC's James Longman is in London with details.
The Prince has faced questions about his relationships with journalists. The defence is arguing that Harry knew and encouraged a journalist to come to a party he was hosting and therefore gave them access to his inner circle. Harry has denied this, saying he didn't specifically invite that journalist in question. It's prompted a back and forth between Harry and the lawyer. Harry arguing that everyone knew who this journalist was and that his friends would not be loose-lipped around them.
A monster winter storm on the move from Texas to Tennessee, packed with snow, ice, and damaging winds. The cold blast continuing, and the same storm slated to bring heavy snow to the Northeast this weekend. I'm Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
We've all felt left out. And for people who move to this country, that feeling lasts more than a moment. We can change that. Learn how at belongingbeginswithus.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Every 15 seconds, someone is diagnosed with cancer. If it's happened to you or someone you love, the American Cancer Society can help at every step of the journey. Visit cancer.org today.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Scattered flurries around with a cloudy sky with clearing late tonight, a low of 5 above. Tomorrow, turning partly cloudy, breezy with a high in the mid-teens. An extreme cold warning starts tomorrow night. That's for the potential of wind chills down to 40 below. Currently, it's 19 degrees.
The Elder Care Locator is here to help you live your best life as you age at home. Our call center advisors are ready to connect you with trustworthy local experts. Help is just a phone call away at 1-800-677-1116.
Reading aloud to children sharpens their listening skills, expands their vocabularies, and nurtures a lifelong love of reading. That's why Reading is Fundamental, the nation's leading children's literacy nonprofit, offers free monthly read-alouds by popular authors through its Rally to Read program. Visit rallytoread.org to watch the read-alouds and discover exciting reading activities for school and home. Visit rallytoread.org today.
Being blind doesn't look how others may think.
Retinitis pigmentosa aimed to overwhelm my family.
It tried to cut me down. I know where to find support.
Learn more at fightingblindness.org, a public service message from the Foundation Fighting Blindness.
Broadcasting live from the Civic Media Studios in Green Bay, this is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba, your inside source on everything entertainment from Wisconsin to Hollywood.
Whatever gets you through the night, it's alright, it's alright.
And now, a guy who still likes to build a fort, Pete Schwaba.
Welcome back, folks. Great to have you here. A gorgeous, beautiful Wednesday night here in the state of Wisconsin. You probably think I'm being sarcastic, but I'm not. That is just how I roll, and any day, regardless of weather, is a beautiful day, and it is even more beautiful that you are here. Please be part of the show, folks. Our phone lines are always open at 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. We are talking, we have kind of an extra focus on our state tonight. We always talk about entertainment stuff, but a little Wisconsin heavy tonight, which is fun. I've missed talking about Wisconsin because we were off for a few days, so it's great. Paul Vandenplas is here from Wonderfully Wisconsin, an outstanding social media platform that he created. We will be back with Paul in just a moment. Coming up next hour, Chastity Washington, very funny Milwaukee-based comedian, will be here. She's been on the show before. And then our pal Frank Anderson, who is the creator of Wisconsinology.com, a great site that celebrates everything weird and historical and fun about our state. We will talk about some cool things that have been created here in Wisconsin tonight with Frank. Frank has that rare ability. He can trace anything to Wisconsin somehow. I'll say like Betty White, and he'll say, oh, well, she was married to so-and-so who went to Pulaski High School. You know, like he's just that guy.
He has the Kevin Bacon thing, but with Wisconsin.
Exactly. Yeah. Hey, what did you find out about that, by the way?
So, all right, so Pete Schwaba has a Bacon number of 2. Pete Schwaba was in Relative Strangers.
Yes.
With Dave Bautista. And he was in the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special with Kevin Bacon.
So I'm 2 degrees removed from Kevin Bacon. I was in Relative Strangers. I remember that I played a meat delivery man. I didn't know David Bautista was in the movie.
I didn't either.
I've seen it, but I don't remember what he was in.
He was actually playing himself as a wrestler in it.
Okay. God, that movie has connected me to so many people. Like, the amount of cameos in that movie by really famous people is incredible. And what is yours? Do you have a...
It didn't come up. I don't...
You got to weasel your way into this at least 6.
I typed in my name, but it didn't show anything, so...
All right, well, that's what we're talking about tonight, folks. That is our question of the night, is what is your favorite Kevin Bacon movie or show? I said A Few Good Men, and She's Having a Baby. Conrad said the... what is it again?
X-Men First Class.
X-Men First Class. See, and like Kevin Bacon is in all these different kind of movies. Our guest, Paul Vandenplas, said Footloose.
Correct.
All right. So there you go, folks. But lots of fun here tonight on Nite Lite. It is great to be back on the air live. Conrad Krieger working the board. We had a great talk with Paul in hour number 1 about his burger search. He is reviewing the top 100 burgers in Wisconsin, and he has got a delicious path in front of him. He's only 20 in.
About 30.
About 30.
Yep.
Okay. But you've posted about 20.
Yes.
Or something. Why do I have 20 in that? Okay.
Because I just posted 20.
Do double burgers count?
No.
Double. Just single burgers?
Single burgers.
Okay. As far as the chains go, Culver's, McDonald's, Burger King, whatever, Tom's, do you have a favorite in those, in the mass producing of the hamburger?
It's probably Culver's.
Culver's, yeah.
Yeah, it's always solid.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about you know what you're getting. And that's all I ask for. Like, I feel like sometimes when I go out to eat in the Marinette area, which is not known for its culinary genius, but, there's some nice places. I can't stand when you get something and it's the greatest thing you've ever eaten, and then you go back and it's totally different.
Right.
Like, what is going on here?
Right.
There should be a formula here, right? I feel like Larry David. So we also talked about how cold it's going to be, folks. The next couple days are going to be brutal. Actually, all through the weekend. So bundle up, take care of yourself, don't take unnecessary risks. I said that 15 degrees, I think, is the coldest temperature I've ever experienced in my life, or maybe edging close to 20, but I don't remember 20-degree days, but I've been corrected. Many people on the stream and Christina Laurie's post on her, she said the record in Wisconsin was 37 below without wind chill. John on the stream says Milwaukee's coldest temp was minus 26, set back in 1982. So there you go. What? And then he said Madison, 37 below was set in 1951, January 30th. That's insanity. Would you even go out of the house on a day like that, Paul?
Yeah. Actually, that day in 96, I walked to school that day without realizing the school was closed. So I got to school and they wouldn't let me walk back home. So.
With good reason.
Yeah.
And you're wearing a sweatshirt tonight. You're just rocking the sweatshirt. Now, it is balmy out there. It's only like, 15, 20 tonight?
Yeah, I think it was 11 when I came in.
All right. That's not too bad. And have you always been like Conrad's kind of a shorts in the winter kind of guy? Are you that guy?
Yeah, but I just wear pants so people don't question my sanity.
Okay, very good. That is Paul Vandenplas, folks. Check out Wonderfully Wisconsin, a great social media platform that he created. It's on Facebook, YouTube, X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, and Instagram. You said, I saw on a post recently when I was kind of scrolling through your post today, a year ago you were about to give up, and you were frustrated because Twitter was going to be shut down, and or X, I guess it was called X then. So what happened? Like, did you just go, no, I love doing this, or did certain things become easier? How did you keep going?
Well, it was TikTok.
TikTok
was going to be
that's
banned.
Right. Yeah.
And so I had just grown everything on there. So I only had one platform that I had any sort of following. I kind of put all my eggs in one basket. As I stated earlier, I grew this from nothing. I didn't know what I was doing. It kind of happened by mistake, honestly. And
Wow.
so I'm like, well, if TikTok goes away, what is the point of I'm starting all over from scratch on all these other platforms? And so thankfully it didn't, but then that's the one thing that made me realize, boy, I really needed to diversify.
Yeah.
And I mean, and it's worked out really well. I mean, I'm almost as many followers on Facebook as I have on TikTok.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah. Wow, good for you. And here's what I've found. I think the diversifying is absolutely correct. And I've never thought I don't want to be on one because I have 250 Twitter followers, 3 TikTok followers, and then a few on Facebook. So I like to spread it around a little bit.
Sure. Hey, those 3 people, they're very important.
You know who the 3 Twitter or TikTok followers are? Rob Brackenridge, who just followed me back because I followed him, and he's a frequent guest in the show, and my 2 kids because they post stuff.
Well,
so I just go on there and share it.
There you go. Small circle.
No effort. 3 followers, Paul. It's something. I'm just saying, I'm not trying to intimidate anybody here. So we've got a fun quiz. Paul took a quiz last time. Do we remember what quiz you took last time you were here?
Oh, it was a Wisconsin quiz. I don't quite remember.
Do we, Con? Did you?
Let's see.
It's okay. Let's not waste any time.
Was it the curd or turd?
Yes, it was the curd or turd quiz. Yes, it was.
What was that? Was I not even here that day? I don't remember.
It was the curd or turd quiz. Yeah.
That's a terrible sounding quiz. Did we come up with that?
I did.
Okay. What was it? It was curd or turd?
It was about cheese curds.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we have a Wisconsin landmarks quiz that we thought we would give you. We've got a few minutes left here with you, buddy. You mind taking our quiz?
Sure.
Okay. Do you think all of your listeners are listening right now? If you crush this, you can repost it. If you don't do well, you can just go, I'm never going back on that.
Every single of my my followers on X so that's all one of them. So.
Same with me. I've got 3. So here we go. All right, Wisconsin landmarks quiz. Our Nite Lite Wisconsin landmarks quiz. Paul Vanderplas from Wonderfully Wisconsin, folks, is here in the studio about to take this quiz. And I have no doubt he will do very well. All right, number 1. Which Wisconsin landmark is known as the 8th wonder of the world? Is it A, Lambeau Field, B, House on the Rock, C, Pete Schwaba's house? It's actually not Pete Schwaba's house. Is it C, Pete Schwaba's house? You'd think for after 2 years of working together, you'd know how to spell my. Or is it D, the Bean?
I would say House on the Rock.
Very nice. Well done. Off to a great start. Paul Vanderplas. Number 2. Where are the famous Wisconsin Dells rock formations located? A, along the Pacific Ocean. B, along the Wisconsin River. C, along the Mississippi River. D, along Pete Schwaba's house.
Wisconsin River.
There you go. He actually spelled it right that time. All right, number 3. Paul is 2 for 2. Which Wisconsin landmark is the oldest continuously operating zoo in the United States? Is it A, the Henry Vilas Zoo, B, the Milwaukee County Zoo, C, Peter Schwaba's backyard? Is it Peter? He just changes it up every time. D, Bay Beach Wildlife Sanctuary.
Oh boy, that's tough.
That is tough. I would have gotten this one wrong.
We'll go with Henry Vilas, but I might be wrong.
Okay. Well done. When in doubt, Andrew out. He went with A, Henry Vilas. Excellent stuff. 3 for 3. Paul Vanderplas. Here we go. Question number 4. Which landmark is the former home of architect Frank Lloyd Wright? Is it A, Taliesin? Pardon me. B, WGBW Studio. C, Monona Terrace. D, the Pabst Mansion.
A.
Wow. Sketch crush. Folks, it's Wonderfully Wisconsin for a reason. Paul knows Wisconsin. It's not Wonderfully Paul or Wonderfully Random Stuff. It's Wonderfully Wisconsin, and he is 4 for 4. Number 5. What Wisconsin landmark features the famous Forevertron Sculpture Park? Is it A, Baraboo, B, Kewaskum, C, Christmas City, USA, - Marinette. That's what I call my hometown. D, Laval?
Gosh, we'll go with D.
Ooh, are you just toying with us, Paul? Like, do you really know these right away, but then you just like act like you have to think about it?
That one was a little tough.
Okay. You knew it wasn't Christmas City, USA, Marinette. That's not really catching on like I thought it would. Christmas City, USA. I think it needs to be me and more than 2 of my Twitter followers or TikTok followers to do that. All right. Number 6, which island chain is located in Lake Superior? Is it A, the Apostle Islands, B, San Juan Islands, D, Dominican Republic, or C, Florida? I'm sorry, D, Florida.
That's Apostle Islands.
Paul, if you would have got that one wrong, I would have ended the quiz.
Sure.
That was great. Number 7, what landmark is known for its historic circus heritage? A, Circus World Museum, B, Milwaukee County Zoo, D, Madison Circus Space, or D, the Domes?
That's Circus World.
Dude, have you been there?
No, I need to go.
Same. Number 8, the Milwaukee Art Museum is famous for which feature? Is it A, the history of cheese curds with the first curd ever made displayed in a case? B, a retractable wing-like structure? C, a rotating tower? D, a quick trip located inside?
As much as I would love it to be D, we're going to go with B on that one.
None of those would have surprised me, actually. That's great. The Milwaukee Art Museum is incredible. Beautiful space. Number 9, which Wisconsin landmark is a freshwater national marine sanctuary? Is it A, Devil's Lake, B, Apostle Islands, C, Under Lambeau Field, or D, Horicon Marsh?
Horicon Marsh.
You sure it's not Under Lambeau Field?
Yeah, maybe it is.
What did you say?
Horicon Marsh. Oh. Did I miss one?
We're grading on a curve. You're still getting an A, Paul, but that's your first misfire.
It's Apostle Islands, by the way.
That's a tough one. Yeah, because I would have probably said Horicon Marsh too, because Apostle Islands were already the correct answer.
Horicon is the largest freshwater cattail marsh in North America.
You know what? We got to give them that. For that bit of knowledge alone, that you know that's acceptable. All right, you're 9 for 9, Paul. That's ridiculous. I don't know what Conrad was thinking with that question.
Sorry.
All right, number 10. Devil's Lake State Park is best known for what natural feature? Is it A, devil statue, B, boat-in theater, C, quartzite bluffs, or D, sea caves?
Quartzite bluffs.
Dude, 10 for 10. All right, we're going to do the last 5 questions next time we're here. Dude, you crushed it. You embarrassed us once again, Paul. Thank you, sir, very much for your time tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Keep up the great work. Let us know how the Fister is and how the hamburger thing progresses.
Will do.
You're always fun, buddy. Thanks. Paul Vanderplas. Follow him at Wonderfully Wisconsin on any platform, even a live stage. Follow him there, too. This is Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite. We're coming right back to read your text on the Civic Media Radio Network.
97.9 WGBW and WGBW.FM.
This is a message for your dog. Pet Supplies Plus in Squamico has a brand new store featuring treats, balls, toys, and food. Go for a walk through the store and spoil yourself at the new grooming salon and expanded dog wash. And yes, they have supplies for other pets too, even cats.
Sturgeon Spirits of Oshkosh. Next door to their cocktail bar and tasting room on Oregon Street is the Ready Room, open for your next event. A private bar with aviation-inspired detail. It's ideal for intimate parties, conferences, or special occasion parties and reunions. Sturgeon Spirits, 2663 Oregon Street in Oshkosh, and at grocery and liquor stores throughout the Fox Valley. Wherever you go, buy local, drink local, and take a piece of Oshkosh with you. SturgeonSpirits.com.
Transform your bathroom with the beautiful quality of Bath Planet. Bath Planet has earned the Good Housekeeping Seal, a symbol of quality and consumer confidence for over 100 years. And right now, for a limited time, you can upgrade your bathroom for 50% off installation or choose 18 months with no interest and no payments. But you need to call now. This special offer is only available by calling 800-329-4115. That's 800-329-4115. Call 800-329-4115 right now before the offer ends.
You still thinking job change in the new year? Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy. IT? Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI. That's what I did. Really? How? Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up. Sweet. Are classes online or on campus? Both. Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
When a warrior faces adversity, he fights through it. He finds a way. Freedom isn't free. Rolling strong. Belief. Believe you can, and you will.
Wheelchairs for Warriors provides mobility solutions to veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission and
Yeah, all night long. And nobody don't dance on the edge of the dark. We've got the radio on.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are jamming through Act 2 here. I am Pete Schwaba. This is Nite Lite. So great to have you here. We're talking about a lot of fun stuff tonight. And our question of the night is, what is your favorite Kevin Bacon movie? We've got some great texts, and we will read those in just a moment. Coming up at 7:20 in the third hour will be Frank Anderson, folks. Frank is always a blast to talk to. And then at 6:35, Chastity Washington will be here to talk about comedy. She's a very funny Milwaukee-based comedian, and she will be on right after news, sports, and weather in just about 6 or 7 minutes. Our question of the night, what is your favorite Kevin Bacon movie? And this is one of those guys or actors that, you know, you can ask a question like this because his resume, I bet he's done 200 films. And he's one of those guys like Woody Harrelson, you know, that people just want them in their movie. He does small roles. He can open a movie as the lead. It just doesn't matter because he's that famous. He's done good work. And I don't love him in everything. Sometimes I feel like he's over the top. Like there's a show called City on a Hill where he plays an FBI agent named Jackie Raw, with that Boston accent. And he's kind of over the top. He's good. I don't love him in the role, but he's a really, really good actor. So going to the stream here, Dave on the stream says Footloose, and Conrad's mom checks in. Paula says A Few Good Men, great movie. Agree, Paula. That's one of the movies I can't turn off when it's on. Love A Few Good Men. Going to the text line here in the 818, Bridget says she's having a baby. I said that too, Bridget. She says, great story, great music. Boy, that's a great point. That the soundtrack on that film for She's Having a Baby is really, really solid. And the writing is great, too. It's a John Hughes film. And it probably sounds like a chick flick, but it's not. It's just a nice story about a couple trying to get pregnant. And they're kind of like, it's not like a shotgun marriage, but they're trying to figure things out. There's some really good laughs in it. And it's a really sweet story. Thank you for the text, Bridget. Jim from Appleton in the 920 says, I am a school bus driver. Every year we have at least 3 days in January where the temperature is near 20 below degrees Fahrenheit. Got to make the ice for sturgeon season sometime. Oh, man, that's overkill, though, Jim. 20 below. Where have I been? Is that a normal temperature? I don't remember 20 below.
I do.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I just, tune it out because of, PTSD or something.
You always say you're an indoor guy, so you never go outside.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's always sunny and 70 when I'm inside. That's
yes.
what I love. Matt from Eau Claire says, Tremors, because it's ridiculous. It is, Matt, but it's fun. It's very campy, and I really like Tremors. That was up there on my list. I almost went with Tremors. He says, did you discover a better year? I acquired some cinema knowledge at 2005, best year ever. Bro with the flow on my FM radio. Looks like Joe got his very own show. I gotta go. I have to say, I don't know what movie that's from. Matt is a cinephile, a music file. I would have to do some research on that, Matt. Great text, though, buddy. Thank you. Monica from Mount Horeb in the 608 says Mystic River. Yeah, another great one. Great movie, despite being incredibly disturbing on so many levels. Very true. And a great movie. You're right, Monica. Clint Eastwood directed, I believe, and I believe it was Oscar nominated. Brett from the 920 says, I liked him in Apollo and Flatliners. God, I forgot he was even in Flatliners. Was like Kiefer Sutherland, Julia Roberts, and yeah, Kevin Bacon. Thank you, Brett. Brett also says, or Apollo 13. Yeah, we know what you meant. Jim from Appleton says, my favorite not quite a movie he was in is Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. Did you see that, Con?
I didn't actually watch that, no.
Okay.
But he said, wow.
Yeah. He says he is the new favorite replacement for Quill, a.k.a. Star-Lord, since they couldn't sign David Hasselhoff.
I do not like that at all. Kevin Bacon as Peter Quill, I don't.
You don't like that?
Nope.
All right. You and Jim have had some issues lately. How about an arm wrestle? Let's settle this like gentlemen.
I don't know. I can't see anyone in that role besides Chris Pratt now.
Yeah. Steve from Florida, Conrad's dad says, I remember back in the late 70s, Kevin Bacon made the iconic phrase, "Thank you, can I have another?" Yes, from Animal House. Absolutely. In the epic movie Animal House, a phrase that will live on for eternity. Another great movie I like is Apollo 13. What a great way to break into movies. You're going to get paddled in your tighty whities with this iconic, amazing cast surrounding you. Such a great movie. Barb from Waukesha says she's having a baby, and I have the videotape to prove it. Yes. Late 80s, maybe, Barb? I think was she's having a baby, maybe 88? Hold on to that videotape. Maybe it'll come back like vinyl. Matt from Eau Claire says that's the year The Godfather of Green Bay came out. Oh, my God. No, but that's not. All right, Matt, listen, dude. Matt is a tiger when it comes to movie lines and music. Obviously, very, very well. Great knowledge. Bro with the flow. He's talking about the scene where Lance Barber's character says, "Come on, Joe, you got to go." Close, though, Matt. He could have just as easily said that, to be honest. The lyrics or the words are less important there. All right, we are going to break for the news in just a moment. And when we come back, Milwaukee funny girl Chastity Washington will be here. Oh, man. Conrad, you're going to love this. Sydney Politics on the stream says, Happy New Year, Conrad.
Happy New Year.
You know, he's going to keep that going into the summer. You do realize that.
No one said that to me this week, so that feels good.
Well, it's about time. He also says, Balto? Is that a Kevin Bacon movie? Or some sort of greeting from Sydney's? I don't know. He also says, what's up, Dave? Dave, holler at your boy. Sydney's on too. Always loving those guys talk on the stream. Okay, we're coming back with Chastity Washington. What is your favorite Kevin Bacon movie, folks? Lay it on me. We've still got social media responses to read, and we will do that throughout the course of the show. Frank Anderson is here in hour number 3. Chastity Washington, the very funny Chastity Washington. Coming up next, it's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
So bright, did we get hitched last night? Dressed up like Elvis. Why am I wearing your class ring?
Mash Wabadan to Alloway. This is 97.9 WGBW.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. In Davos, Switzerland, President Trump telling leaders at the World Economic Forum he will not acquire Greenland by military force. And later, following a meeting with NATO's leader, the president backed down from imposing tariffs on Europe, hinting he has a framework on a future Greenland deal.
Well, the deal is going to be put out pretty soon. I mean, we'll see. It's right now a little bit in progress, but pretty far along. It gets us everything we needed to get.
Tomorrow, Vice President J.D. Vance travels to Minneapolis. He'll get a first-hand look at federal immigration operations in the city. His visit comes as the Justice Department investigates local and state Democratic leaders for possible obstruction of ICE operations. Day one of deliberations continuing in Texas in the trial of a former Uvalde school officer charged with child endangerment in the 2022 Robb Elementary School shooting. And for the first time, Iranian state TV announcing an official death toll from recent protests, saying more than 3,100 people were killed. This is ABC News.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Scattered flurries around with a cloudy sky with clearing late tonight, a low of 5 above. Tomorrow, turning partly cloudy, breezy with a high in the mid-teens. An extreme cold warning starts tomorrow night. That's for the potential of wind chills down to 40 below. Currently 21 degrees.
You're a storyteller, negotiator, artist, innovator. Whatever your passion, whatever your skills, behind the scenes or in front, you belong here. A career in broadcast media. Local radio and TV stations in every town and city need someone like you. So do what you love and bring your talent to life. Your passion, your skills, your career. You belong here. Learn more at youbelonghere.media.
Out here in the middle of these acres, it can feel like you're the only person on Earth. That's how it feels when you're struggling with your mental health. But you don't have to feel alone. Find more information at loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
I was stuck in a state of panic and endless rituals. So I made the call.
Mental health care works when you make the call. Visit mentalhealthcareworks.org. A message from the American Psychiatric Association Foundation.
We are the National Park Foundation.
I could feel at the time there was no way of knowing for the reason
Welcome back. I'm Pete Schwaba. This is Nite Lite. And it is a beautiful Wednesday night here. A balmy Wednesday night compared to what is on the way here in Wisconsin. So stay warm out there, folks. My next guest is a very funny stand-up comedian who is based in Milwaukee. And you know what, Con? Let's play the clip before we bring Chastity on. Here is a sample of her comedy stylings, the very talented Chastity Washington.
It's a different time, right? Like kids now, they don't even want to ride the bus to school. They want to take an Uber, a Lyft. We rode the school bus every week. We almost died. You on the bus? You ever been on the school bus? You coming out of the seat, you hit your skull on the roof, hit your face on the window. One of your friends would throw up on the bus every week. You sliding out the seat. Your bus driver driving the bus like it's a mystery machine. You hit your face on the seat in front of you. Concussion, it was fun.
That is my next guest, who joins us over the stream now from Milwaukee. She's been here before, the wonderfully talented Chastity Washington. Hi, Chastity.
Hey, Pete, how are you?
Doing very well, thank you. Great to have you back.
Absolutely. Thank you for inviting me back. Yes.
Anytime. I have a funny, it's funny that I found that clip today because I have a school bus story that didn't affect me directly, but my wife's best friend, when she was in middle school, lived kind of out in the country up in northeast Wisconsin, and the school bus driver, this is just a sign of the times, the school bus driver would pick her and her brother up because they lived like 5 miles out of town. And he had like 10 minutes to kill before he had to pick somebody else up, so he would just pull over, and the two of them would sit in the back of the bus while the school bus driver just smoked a couple cigarettes. And then they would go get the next. It's like so great.
That's about right. That's about right, man.
It is great to have you here. How have you been? You were here probably about 8 months ago. How's the stand-up world and the teaching world treating you?
It's been great. The stand-up's been great. Teaching, we're sliding into, we're into second semester. So now, you can see the light at the tunnel. It gets a little brighter. You know what I mean? The sun is a little bright. So it's been going, you know what I mean? And I always, I appreciate, because I get to teach my theater classes during the second semester. So that always gives me even more joy, you know what I mean? Even on those tough days. So it's been cool. The stand-up's been incredible. Amazing opportunities as of late, and just good work,
Yeah, we've got a lot to talk about because you've had some cool stuff happen in the world of stand-up comedy. But you teach theater. I didn't know that. And what grade do you teach?
I have middle school, and then at the end of the year, I'll do well. Middle school, I have middle school at the end of the year, and then high school all of second semester. So we're about 4 weeks into our high school theater class. So it's dope.
Man, it's funny. When I was in high school, I played sports. I wasn't a particularly great athlete, but I did theater as well. And my memories of theater and horsing around behind the scenes and the theater teachers. Theater teachers are always fun. They're so cool. And do you have that relationship with your students when it comes to theater?
I do. I like to think that I do. I mean, this is my third year with this, with my high school kids at my school, and so I feel like it's a safe space. They can come in and send. So many of them, this is their first, rodeo, so they are really coming in, never having taken a theater class before. Not really ever getting a chance to really act or even know the ins and outs. You know what I mean? So that part to open their eyes to it, to give them some history and some background and some, like, hey, this is that. And it gives them a chance to look at the things that they enjoy, the shows and movies and things like that in a different way, in a deeper way. And then they get to come in and play games and do tongue twisters and laugh at each other and laugh at themselves. So that part is always awesome. And it's a safe space. I always say that to them, like, well, this is Vegas. Like, whatever happens in here stays in here, right? So nobody can roast anybody later. You're like, remember when you was playing that giraffe in class? You know what I mean? Like, you remember you jumped off the table? Like, no, so they can be in and be safe and be silly, and it's okay. You know what I mean? So yes, I believe that I do have that type of, hopefully I do, that type of rapport with them.
I'm sure you do. I would imagine having a teacher that's also a really successful stand-up comedian would just be such a kick for these kids. Like, they probably just think that you've gone out and done things that they might want to do after they study theater in high school or middle school even. I mean, that's a really cool thing for a teacher to be able to tell their kids. Let's talk about that, because teaching is kind of a performance in a manner of speaking. Do you bring elements of your comedy to the classroom and vice versa?
And I say this all the time, it's really about the timing and commanding the space. Because, I got a room full of first graders. It's 20 first graders. They don't care if you tell jokes. They don't care you had a show last night. They do not care. They don't care if something you said was funny. They don't care. They want to chase and hit each other. They want to eat snacks in the middle of the gym. You know what I'm saying? They want to take stuff off your cart. They steal. It's a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot, Pete. They don't care, man. So it's really commanding the room. And I have to answer 50 or 60 questions in a 2-minute span. 15 people got to go to the bathroom. Everybody needs tissue. I need help. Tie my shoe. Tie my shoe. Oh, your shoe's wet. I don't want to, So,
it's so funny. Everything you're saying, because my wife teaches kindergarten, it's the same thing. Like, you need more bodies in the school, not less. Stop cutting money. Get teachers help. It's if you want them to teach kids, you've got to make it easier on the teachers too. They can't, if they're just tying shoelaces all day, you can't have it both ways. Have you encountered, pardon me, the 6'7" phenomenon?
Oh my God, 6'7", 6'7". And it's nuts. They have no answer. I'm like, what does it mean? It's whatever. What does that mean? It's whatever. That means it's whatever. 6'7". They lead into, I'll be like, what are we doing? 1, 2, 3, 4. They be like 6, 7. They waiting for it. Waiting for it. Yes, I have. In droves, man. It's a party. So I don't even understand. I
love it. All right, so let's talk about comedy. Do you get much material from teaching, or I've watched several of your videos, and maybe I've seen you go into it a little bit, or is that your escape from your day job, so to speak?
It's like a release, actually, to get to be able to tell stories of the week, the day, the marking period. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really a release. I tell you like right now, I do a lot of comparisons of what it was when we were in school and what it is now. And I talk about even with kids having supplies, like we were prepared. We came to school, we had paper, we had pencils. If you were smart, you had a pencil box, you had a ruler. You know what I mean? Your book bag was clean. You know what I'm saying? That's not what they got. That's not what they got in their book bag. They got a game controller and a weed bait. That's what they got in their book bag. You know what I'm saying? Right? So they come in dragging like they drinking coffee from Starbucks. At early, really? Like what? Wait a minute, I'm the one that should be stressed in the face and eyebrows touching.
That is so crazy. You're right. Like high school kids drop $10 a day on Starbucks. Like we didn't have. I didn't drink coffee till I was probably 28. Like
I know it's wild. Different vibe. Listen, and they don't want to. We rode the bus to school like that. You played that bit before, but that is a true story. Like kids literally. They'll ride the motor scooters. They ride the motor scooters in. Some of them do. The Lime scooters that you see around different cities. And then some of them, we rode the school bus or the city bus, especially in high school. You know what I mean? You rode the city bus to high school because that was the thing to do. Or you got to ride to school or you walked or whatever. They don't want to do any of that. They are very like, ugh, who wants to ride the bus? That's disgusting. Right. We're taking Ubers to school.
How about that? Wow.
Who was gonna $30? Who's gonna spend $30 for me to come every day? You know what I mean? Yeah,
no kidding.
It's I don't know if I want to call it bougie or I've heard some folks say bougie or they just. I don't know if it's privilege. I don't know what it is, but they just have a different vibe. Like the trudge that we would go through. I remember getting off the bus at 6:45. You know what I mean? We got to be in by 7, and it's bone chilling cold outside, and and it's 50 of us on the bus. The bus driver telling us, "Move back." You move back, get out the doorway. You know what I mean? Get out the doorway. Who said the door won't shut? It's beeping, And all of us getting off the bus, rushing across the Sherman Boulevard, trying to get in. You can't be late, after two late days, you get a detention, and you didn't want to go in the detention hall. It's 300 of us in silence, Oh, wow. And it's just a different vibe. They just they're somewhat passive, like work wise. You give an assignment and they'll be like, "What was that you said? You said something about what? Wait, this is a grade." Like you,
a lot of what I'm saying up here is important. Really, you should kind of tune in. And Chastity Washington is my guest. She's a very funny Milwaukee-based comedian. Where can people see you do your stand-up act, Chastity? You got any dates coming up in Milwaukee or around the state?
I do. I have quite a bit. Coming up. Tomorrow night, I'll actually be doing a show called Hotties Only over at the Lincoln Lodge in Lincoln Lodge. That's in Chicago. Forgive me. It's on Lincoln Avenue. And it's a Sugar Maple, and it's on Lincoln over in Bayview. So that's tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. This Saturday, I'll be at Coach's Corner in Belvedere, Illinois, not too far from Beloit. And so that's going to be dope. Laughing Liberally, February 7th, at Comedy Sports over on 1st Street. Nice. Crossroads, I'll be doing Crossroads comedy in Platteville on Valentine's Day. So if any couples want to come out, and enjoy and hang out with us, it's gonna be dope. Lake County Comedy, that's March 7th. Copper Comedy in Milwaukee, over on Blue Mound. That is February 21st. February 18th, I'll be at Comedians You Should Know in Chicago at Timothy O'Toole. So quite a bit. So you can check me out in Delafield. You can check me out here here in the city over the next couple of days. We can do the sugar maple.
There you go. Hey,
tomorrow
if you
night.
need help grading papers because you're out doing stand-up, Conrad could like to make a few extra bucks on the side. So don't rule him out.
You know what? I'm a email Conrad. I'm gonna
right.
email you like, sir.
We are coming right back. We'll have a few more minutes with Chastity Washington after this very short break. Don't go anywhere, folks. This is Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
City traffic's moving way too slow. Drop the pedal and go. 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 We going riding on the freeway.
Big deals. WGBW has some big news. Introducing the brand new Green Bay Big Deals. You can save at least 30% on gift certificates from your favorite local businesses and keep your money right here in our community. Craving lunch? Planning a night out? Looking for the perfect gift or a little treat for yourself? Green Bay Big Deals has exactly what you want. Go to WGBW.FM right now. Click the Big Deals banner and stretch your dollars further with Green Bay Big Deals.
It's time for Eye on the Community on WGBW, sponsored by Insight Eye Care, serving the Fox Valley since 1972 with comprehensive eye care services. Find them on North Sawyer Street in Oshkosh and Chain Drive in Appleton. Their goal is to improve lives by improving sight with quality eye care for everyone in your family. Insight Eye Care. Visit WIinsight.com to schedule your eye exam today. Here's what's happening in our area. Has winter got you feeling bluer than the blue moon of Kentucky? Colder than a cold, frosty morning? More lonesome than a moonlight waltz? Join the Wick Snippers for their monthly Bluegrass Jam. An open, casual evening of pickin', grinnin', and high lonesome singing at Titletown Brewing Company, 320 North Broadway on the first Thursday of the month. Hang for a beer and experience the power of good community and its effects on the soul. This has been your Eye on the Community, brought to you by Insight Eye Care. If it's happening in the Green Bay area, it's on WGBW.
Badger State Brewing is ready to serve you this dry January with a refreshing non-alcoholic hoppy water, a crisp, hop-infused sparkling water. Try the original or sip on the new citrus hoppy water for a bright burst of flavor. Check out their Barrel House Event Hall, the perfect setting with a spacious, rustic chic venue for birthdays, weddings, or any party worth hosting. Check out the Friday Acoustic Music Series inside the tap room. See local Wisconsin artists every Friday from 6 to 9 p.m. while enjoying a brewski or a cold hoppy water.
You're going to want to bundle up for this next new Wisco 411. On Saturday, January 24th from 11 till 3, head to the Broadway District for Winterfest on Broadway and embrace the magic of winter in downtown Green Bay's Broadway District. This is going to be a festive winter wonderland filled with seasonal delights and plenty of family-friendly activities, aimed for all winter lovers of any age. But it's going to be cold, so definitely bundle up. I'm talking hats, gloves, maybe a thermos of hot cocoa or two. Learn more by heading to WGBW.FM and click events.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General.
Welcome back. I'm Pete Schwaba. This is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba. Our question of the night, folks, is what is your favorite Kevin Bacon movie or show? My guest right now is the Milwaukee-based stand-up comic, the very funny Chastity Washington. We heard a sampling of her comedy earlier. We talked to her a little bit about her day gig, which is teaching, but she's busy in the stand-up world as well. Do you ever just think about quitting teaching, Chastity, or is it too much in your blood? It sounds like you're busy enough where you certainly could.
Every day.
Nice answer.
Yes, I do. I do. It is something that I am in deep contemplation about right now, and in deep prayer. And just so I believe I'm very very close to making a decision in terms of going into this next phase. In the next phase of my career. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Well, it
yeah.
seems like you're kind of you've done an HBO, you're a HBO comedy Wings winner. You've done the Montreal Just for Laughs festival. You've had your own special live at Dandy, which people can see on Amazon Prime.
Mhm.
You just listed all the places we can see you. What how have you changed as a comedian? You've been doing this for 25 years. You've perfected. You're always evolving, but you've
Yeah.
obviously you're in a good groove. So how have you changed in 25 years? Has your writing changed? Your
Yeah.
performing style?
My performance style is pretty much the same. My writing style has changed. My concepts have changed. I mean, as mature and get older, and you like, oh, I want to move away from this, and and really get in the pocket of my voice and my perspective. You know what I mean? So that's the
Yeah.
biggest thing with stand up. So within the last 15 years, I really 20 years, I really just transitioned because this is my 30th year, my 32nd year.
Wow.
Excuse me.
Really?
Yeah, because I started in '94. And so my first 10 years really was just finding my pocket and being able to, be free enough to get everything out that I wanted to get out. And so that's still there, but now there's more of where am I at and what else do I want to get out and in what way? If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so, the wisdom of life starts to come out more so in the work, if that makes sense. Because I'm a comic, but I'm an artist, if that makes sense,
Sure.
right?
Absolutely.
So the same as a sculptor or a painter, the evolution that it's the same thing for me. And so for me, it's nostalgic, and it's about just really paying homage to days gone by. And I tell stories about how Christmas is completely different than what it was when we were kids. When we were kids, we looked at toys and catalogs, right? Which is
Yeah. Oh my
which is
gosh. Yeah.
insanity right now. You got to look at the app. You got to get the
Right.
50% off. You got to get the quadruple Black Friday deal. You know what I mean? Like right?
Yeah.
And so it's completely different. Or we would go. I remember my mom buying me a doll from Woolworth, right? Like it was like a knockoff Barbie. I called her a Arbie, and and you could go to Woolworth, right, which was before CVS and Walmart and Walgreens. Well, maybe not Walgreens, but you know what I mean. Like it was
Yeah.
early, and you could go in the back, and you could go eat hamburgers at a
They had the
diner
lunch counter.
at
Yeah,
the
it was
counter,
great.
and right, and people would be in the back, look like the Regal Beagle, right, and people were in the
Yeah.
back smoking cigarettes in kids' face. It was great. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
right, different time. You get your school supplies, you get a burger. It was right. Can't do
That's
it now.
I
Can't do
love
it
it.
now.
You just said all the dates before the break
Mhm.
of where you're going to be and where people could see you. Do you have somewhere they could follow you so they could see those dates, or
Yeah.
find out how to watch your comedy special?
Yeah, they can go to chastitywashington.com. They can go to my
Okay.
website. They can. I gotta update my date. And Instagram, they can follow me on Instagram, chastity_Washington. Same TikTok, and they can also Facebook.
Nice.
In Antarctica, Facebook. Um, so yeah, and people can. I'm joining Charlie Barrett's on his new tour that he's on, and
Oh,
people got to
nice.
make sure they check out his new special, Neighborly. Which I was so blessed to be there and witness it. It was awesome to see. That's on YouTube, but I'll be with him in Minneapolis coming up January 30th through February 1st, at the State Theater in Minneapolis. So yeah, so if
Oh,
anybody
nice.
is Charlie Barrett's fan, he's out here on the road. I'll be joining him for a couple shows. So yeah,
Good.
but yeah, they can go to my website. They can go and check me out, on social media. They can go to YouTube and also check out other things. So yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. We have about a minute left. I want to ask you, who are your influences? Like, who did you grow up watching do stand-up?
I watched everybody. I really watched everybody. I mean, of course, the essential are, Richard Pryor and Whoopi Goldberg. Eddie Murphy's a huge influence. I'm a huge Lucille Ball, Carol Burnett fan. Also, Lily Tomlin, Don Rickles. I love Don Rickles, Bob Hope, right? And then, somebody, like Jackie Moms Mabley, right? Even with all the controversy, I hear people, whatever, Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby was incredible, many years ago. So I watched everybody. I was a big fan of stand-up. I remember watching, HBO showcases when I was a kid, just because I liked funny stuff, right? Jerry Lewis. I love Jerry Lewis films. My mom was a big fan of Jerry Lewis. So all his films, the Marx Brothers, right? So I like all these different styles of comedy. So all of those things were influences on me. You know what I mean?
That is a great answer, because you're right. When we were young, we watched all those things, and they all have some effect on you. Chastity Washington, thank you so much, as always, for being on the show. Let's do it again. Let's not let 8 months go by next time.
Exactly. Let's do it.
All right. Hey, break a leg out there, and good luck in the classroom as well. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Have a great one.
Thank you. All right, that's Chastity Washington. Check her out live or watch her special. We are coming right back for Act 3. Frank Anderson will be here, and a special appearance from Mates Michaels. Coming up next, it's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite.
ABC News, I'm Dave Packer. In Switzerland, President Trump now saying he won't use force to take over Greenland, and that he and NATO have formed the framework of a future deal, and that the tariffs he threatened for European allies who didn't agree with his takeover efforts, they're off the table too.
It's a long-term deal. It's the ultimate long-term deal. And I think it puts everybody in a really good position, especially as it pertains to security and minerals.
The Supreme Court today sharply questioning President Trump's assertion of unchecked power in his unprecedented push to fire Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook. The president claimed without proof that she committed mortgage fraud. The newest target for federal immigration enforcement, Maine. The Department of Homeland Security launching Operation Catch of the Day there. The House Oversight Committee today voting to hold Bill and Hillary Clinton in contempt of Congress for declining to testify about Jeffrey Epstein. This is ABC News. Prince Harry took the witness stand to testify in a trial against Associated Newspapers. He's one of several celebrities who claim the Daily Mail used illegal tactics to get information.
The prince has faced questions about his relationships with journalists. The defense is arguing that Harry knew and encouraged a journalist to come to a party he was hosting and therefore gave them access to his inner circle. Harry has denied this, saying he didn't specifically invite that journalist in question. It's prompted a back and forth between Harry and the lawyer. Harry arguing that everyone knew who this journalist was and that his friends would not be loose-lipped around them.
ABC's James Longman. Nathan's Famous, which opened as a 5-cent hot dog stand in Coney Island more than a century ago, has been sold to a packaged meat giant, Smithfield Foods, $450 million deal. A new exhibit opened at the Carnegie Museum of Natural History in Pittsburgh. It offers a behind-the-scenes look at its inventory. The Stories We Keep, Bringing the World to Pittsburgh, features items that the museum owns but doesn't often display. Dave Packer, ABC News.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
Small businesses are the heart of America. As the nation's largest nonprofit resource of expert business mentoring, SCORE has helped millions of entrepreneurs build their businesses for free. Find a mentor today at score.org.
Teachers are diverse, skilled leaders, innovating to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Teaching shapes lives. Are you ready? Explore teaching at teach.org, supported by the U.S. Department of Education and 1 million teachers of color.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Scattered flurries around with a cloudy sky with clearing late tonight, a low of 5 above. Tomorrow, turning partly cloudy, breezy with a high in the mid-teens. An extreme cold warning starts tomorrow night. That's for the potential of wind chills down to 40 below. Currently, it's 19 degrees.
Is getting vaccinated on your to-do list? We can help you check that off. You've got this. Yes, you do. See how we've got you at yougotthis.usaging.org. A message from the Aging and Disability Vaccination Collaborative, powered by US Aging.
Reading aloud to children sharpens their listening skills, expands their vocabularies, and nurtures a lifelong love of reading. That's why Reading is Fundamental, the nation's leading children's literacy nonprofit, offers free monthly read-alouds by popular authors through its Rally to Read program. Visit rallytoread.org to watch the read-alouds and discover exciting reading activities for school and home. Visit rallytoread.org today.
Let's talk rechargeable battery safety with tips from the National Fire Protection Association. Only buy products with a safety certification mark. Charge devices on hard surfaces. Don't use off-brand cords and always unplug when fully charged. Charge into fire safety at fpw.org/battery.
When a person calls 988, they're connected to a crisis counselor.
A caller can expect to talk about coping skills.
They can chat, they can text, and when they come out on the other side, they're feeling better.
Caller
Broadcasting live from the Civic Media Studios in Green Bay, this is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba, your inside source on everything entertainment from Wisconsin to Hollywood. And now, a guy whose house has an actual wiggle room, Pete Schwaba.
Welcome back to Act 3 of Nite Lite on this beautiful Wednesday night in our frigidly cold, but still beautiful state. I am Pete Schwaba, and we've had a lot of fun so far, folks. If you missed the first 2 hours of Nite Lite, they are available at civicmedia.us. You can download or listen to the podcast there. In hour number 1, we talked about hugging. It is National Hugging Day. And I don't know if those of you listening are huggers. I am or was, but I've been in some awkward hugs where it's just made people uncomfortable all the way around. And you realize sometimes in the middle of a hug that the other person is not a hugger, and that is horrible. They go stiff, they go rigid, or they completely become dead weight because they are so uncomfortable. So celebrate Hugging Day, folks, with caution. That's all I'm saying. In the first hour, we had Paul Vandenplas here. He is the creator of the social media content. He is the content creator of Wonderfully Wisconsin, an outstanding follow on Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, Instagram. He visits places in our state and reports back on what he has found. And he's got great energy. He visits bars and hotels and attractions, and just it's a great way to feel excited about living in Wisconsin. Paul does a great job, and we gave him a quiz in hour number 2, so check that out too. He took our Wisconsin quiz, and got a 10 out of 10. He aced it. And then in hour number 2, we talked to Milwaukee comedian Chastity Washington, the very funny Chastity Washington. You can check out her special on Prime. It's called Live at the Dandy. She is also follow her on socials too, folks, because she's got all of her dates. She listed like 10 dates coming up over the next couple weeks where you can see her in Wisconsin and down into Chicago. Very funny comedian and very accomplished comedian who is also a teacher. How do you like that? And coming up at 7:20 in just a few minutes, Frank Anderson will be here. Frank and I are going to talk about firsts, things that were created or started here in Wisconsin. Frank is the founder of the website Wisconsinology, all things weird, fun, insightful, and cool stuff about Wisconsin at wisconsinology.com. Give it a check out. It is totally worth it. Frank is also an accomplished musician, producer, and director. So lots still to come in this third act on Nite Lite. And in just a minute or two, Mace Michaels will be here. We're going to get an update on what we can expect weather-wise here in Wisconsin over the next few days. It's going to be pretty brutal. And I'm hoping Mace will say, well, it's actually, Pete, it's all a mistake. It was a typo. It's going to be sunny and 70, but we'll see what he says. So lots of shows still to come. If you want to get in on the question of the night fun, folks, it's what is your favorite Kevin Bacon movie? And I can't remember what made me think of that question. I think one of his shows dropped or something, but he's got an incredible resume with tons of great credits on it. So let us know. We've kind of run the gamut tonight on Kevin Bacon credits. Some great answers. A Few Good Men, Footloose. They've all been mentioned tonight. Craig on the stream says, Conrad, in the Guardians Christmas special, Drax, I'm going to let you read that, Con. I can't understand. I needed like a translator.
Yeah, well, he's clearing it up that Kevin Bacon's not playing Peter Quill.
But didn't you clear that up?
No, I was saying I thought...
You thought he did.
I never seen this Christmas special, so I thought that they were saying that.
Okay.
Kevin Bacon was playing Peter Quill, but he's not. That is what Craig is clarifying.
I would be willing to bet Craig is right about that because he's very knowledgeable about all that kind of stuff. Thank you, Craig. Craig also says, Pete, for me, I'd add another vote for Tremors. It was a lot of fun. It sure was. That's a great movie, folks. In fact, if you're looking for something fun to watch at home with a group, Tremors is great. It's funny. It's a little scary. And you know what? In a weird way, not that far off for what they are saying could happen with these huge earthworms that travel under the earth. I feel like that could be more likely than aliens just because you don't know what's down there. There was some kind of weird plausibility to that movie, even though it's outlandish. But either way, it's just really fun. So I would highly recommend Tremors. It's also a very fun movie that Kevin Bacon was part of. All right. Do we have a Mace Con?
Yes, he is in.
I am so excited because the weather outside is frightful. Are those the words? But it's going to be for a few days. But let's bring Mace in and get his opinion and find out why this is happening because I do not approve. He does great work here at Civic Media and is an outstanding meteorologist. Mr. Mace Michaels joins us now over the stream. Hey, Mace.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for joining us tonight. I know it's a little late. I don't know if you're an early riser, but hopefully it's not past your bedtime. We love having you on the show.
I am usually a late person, but tomorrow morning I'm working TV over here in the Twin Cities, so I will have to be a morning person.
Okay, you got to force yourself. So no Kevin Bacon movies tonight, late into the evening. Do you have a favorite Kevin Bacon movie?
Well, I think the first Kevin Bacon movie I probably saw when I was a kid was Footloose, so that's been said, as you said, but of course.
That's a great one. Yeah, that is a great one. Well, I know this was kind of spur of the moment. I appreciate your time. Let's jump right in. What is going on? Last winter seemed so mild, or maybe I'm just remembering the good parts. Here in Northeast Wisconsin, we've got -10, -16, -15 over the next 3 days, and it doesn't really let up till next week. Is there something, can you add some sanity to this crazy weather we're having?
Well, I don't know if I can add sanity to it. But I'll at least do my best attempt to explain it a little further. Yeah, you mentioned last year. That was just kind of an outlier. We were warm for so much of the winter. I barely felt like my ground froze here sometimes. I mean, it was just kind of
Right.
mushy. I was able to take the dog for a walk every day and not freeze. So yeah, coming on the heels of last winter. And even this year, it was such a mild fall until right at Thanksgiving. And then everything seemed to change at Thanksgiving. Huge pattern shift in the jet stream. It dislodged the cold air that had been pooling up in Siberia and near the North Pole. And that was our first shot. And we've been in it ever since, and it hasn't changed.
So, all right. So can we, is this, I mean, maybe you can't look that far ahead, but it says, at least on my app, it's going to continue into next week. We're going to be looking at maybe sub-zero temperatures, at least here in Northeast Wisconsin.
Yes.
But how long will this, can we expect, is there a trend where maybe it might be a little warmer than usual after this? Or is this what we're looking at for the rest of the winter?
We are looking at this at least through the rest of the month. Just not at these bitter levels, but varying levels of either bitter or cold. There's a couple of days that try to sneak back up as we roll into early February, but even February, it doesn't look, obviously as cold as this snap. And this is typically our coldest time of the year, the second, third, fourth weeks of January. That's just good old climate. You always end up being the coldest periods of this time of year. So this isn't out of the realm of normality of when it arrives. It's just, this is an extra bitter stretch. And for many areas, I believe this is our coldest snap we've seen, especially with wind chills in at least 4 or 5 years. I was looking back here in the Twin Cities, and it was 2021 February was the last time we were this cold with, predicted near 20 below lows.
We've got quite a few listeners over near the Twin Cities on the western part of the state. Is it just as bad there?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're going to be near 20 below the next couple of nights, and wind chills down almost to 40 below, at least 30 below. Yeah, we're all hitting this one. No escaping. If you look at the National Weather Service's big old map that has all the watches, warnings, and advisories, all of North Dakota, Minnesota, and Wisconsin and the UP are all in warnings for cold, extreme cold warnings at some point in time over the next couple of days. So no escaping it unless you head south, and you may have to go way south to get away from it. Get in the car and get going.
What are there any tips you can give people, like something they might not have thought of? Obviously, you don't leave your face exposed for longer than such and such, but what is something people might not anticipate that they need to be aware of?
Well, the thing I think about is I never worry a lot in the winter. I have my stuff in the car. I'm usually not one who's outside for a long period of time in the winter unless, we're just hanging out with friends. But if you're somebody who likes to go out and snowmobile, or you're out there on pond hockey, playing out on the ponds, playing out in the backyard, whatever, just having fun, things, even ice fishing. We're going to have, sun, but we're going to have a lot of a breeze. And if for some reason something was to happen, you're going to have the risk of frostbite in a real quick amount of time. So it's not that you can't do these things, but just think about what would happen if something went wrong. Have that extra layer of clothes with, make sure you've got all the gloves and hats you need, and a way to contact somebody if for some reason the snowmobile breaks down in the middle of nowhere if you're up in the north woods of Wisconsin.
That's a great point. And keep stuff in your car, whether it's window fluid or blankets or whatever. Outstanding stuff. I wish you had better news, Mace. Like I told Conrad, I was hoping for a typo. No. It's going to be 60 and sunny, actually. Not these frigid temperatures.
Yeah, unfortunately, even February looks kind of cold. Just not as cold, but it looks like it's on a colder trend.
Great stuff. Thank you, sir. Really appreciate your time tonight. And stay warm. And don't forget to set that alarm tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I already have. Have a good one.
You too, buddy. All right, that's Mace Michaels. He does such great work here in Wisconsin. Conrad, did you know that the National Weather Service was started in Wisconsin?
I did not.
We are going to ask Frank Anderson that in just a few minutes. He will be here to discuss things that were started in Wisconsin that people might not know about, but if anyone can do it, Frank can. Tony the Trucker in the 608 says, Pete, Kevin was a good villain in R.I.P.D.
The Rest in Peace Division, I believe that's what it is. I can't.
Is that true?
It's a movie. I honestly really like the movie. It's with your favorite actor Ryan Reynolds.
I don't think I've ever seen that. He says, but I thought the Sheriff Jeff Bridges was hilarious.
Yes, he was hilarious in that.
How old is that movie?
I think that's 2000, somewhere around 2013, maybe. Somewhere around there.
Cool. Thank you for the text, Tony. Appreciate it, as always. Matt in Eau Claire says, back to bacon. The co-star in Bondsman, Jennifer Nettles, has to be Robert Plant's daughter. No one is convincing me otherwise. If you're a Zeppelin fan, just watch some of her early work or with Sugarland. Matt's an entertainment guy, dude. I love that. I will definitely do that, Matt. Thank you, sir. And Jennifer Nettles, what else was she in? Her name sounds so familiar.
She's in Righteous Gemstones.
Yes. Okay. Perfect. Great stuff. We've got some social media texts here we need to continue with. Scott Tom, my pal, says Diner. Great movie with Kevin Bacon, Steve Guttenberg, Mickey Rourke. One of the classics. Sean on social media also says Diner. Amanda Nimmer, our WGBW social media guru, says, personally love when he plays a villain. He's so good at it. That's a great text. I agree. He's got that, like, kind of, his face can look very evil, which is weird because he's a handsome guy. Jody on social media says, Footloose. It was iconic. Our pal Boris Hamilton says, Animal House and Tremors. So I think we've covered all of the great Kevin Bacon movies tonight so far, but we've got a ways to go. If you want to let us know what your favorite Kevin Bacon movie is, please do so at 855-752-4842. You can also text us on the app or the stream, and we will read it on the radio. When we come back, Frank Anderson will be here, folks. We're going to talk about things that were started in Wisconsin and get a Joey's song wrap up from Frank as well. It'll be good to talk to our pal. This is Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
In the way I walk around, I can't hear a sound, folks talking loud, but I don't see at all. I gotta get away, I don't know where to go. It's hopeless,
From Hobart to Bay Settlement, 97.9 WGBW.
If you are a cigar aficionado looking for a one-of-a-kind experience, you need to check out Appleton Cigar, which boasts the largest selection of cigars north of Milwaukee, with over 700 cigars to choose from, in a walk-in humidor with unique house-blended pipe tobacco, as well as the classic pipe flavors for a bit of nostalgia. The Cigar Lounge offers an impressive variety of spirits and cocktails that pair perfectly with a premium cigar. For the full experience, come to Appleton Cigar at 415 College Ave. For more information, go to appletoncigar.com.
Are you living with dry AMD? If so, you could be on the road to geographic atrophy, or GA, a condition that leads to retinal cell death and permanent vision loss. But with Izervay, you can
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay slows GA progression by targeting a key source of retinal cell death, which may help preserve your vision longer. Izervay, or Avastin Capted Pagel, is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
When a warrior faces adversity, he fights through it. He finds a way. Freedom isn't free. Rolling strong. Belief. Believe you can, and you will.
Wheelchairs for Warriors provides mobility solutions to veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission and visit wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
Listen, retirement is the long game. We can't play about our future or our finances. Let's put ourselves in the right position.
Start building your retirement plan at thisispretirement.org. Brought to you by AARP and
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 'Tis a beautiful night here in the state of Wisconsin. It is 70. It's a balmy 70 degrees here in the studio. Hope you're staying warm wherever you are. It's only going to get worse according to our pal Mace Michaels. And it could be like this, not quite like this, but very cold all through February. So we have that to look forward to. Bet you wish you wouldn't have burned all those vacation days, huh, Con?
Well, I had to be sick, you know.
You need a weekend in Florida through the month of February.
I should just do that every weekend. Just,
Why
go
not,
down to my
man?
parents' house.
If you've got the means. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure always to welcome my next guest. He is one of our best pals. He is a producer, director, incredibly talented musician, and the creator of the website wisconsinology.com, home to all the fun, weird, insightful, and really interesting things about our state. Joining us now, as he does from time to time, is Mr. Frank Anderson. Hey, buddy.
Hey, how are you, Pete?
Frank, you're on the stream. Did I know that was happening?
I didn't.
You tripped and fell and hit a button, and here you are.
You can tell how cold I am.
Yeah, are you? You've got the scarf on, but not a hat though. And I hear the hat is the unit, the thing that keeps everything warm.
Yeah, it's not that cold.
It's not that cold. Yeah, not in your house, I hope.
I'm in my house. Yeah.
Yeah, you've lived all over the world, and you came back to Wisconsin, and that fascinates me. Now, I lived in warm weather.
Back to Wisconsin. I was not born here.
Right, but you've lived in other places that were warmer, and you still choose to live in your home. Well, maybe not your hometown, Appleton.
Not my hometown. Well, 38 years. Does that count?
Okay, that counts. Yeah. And you brave the cold because you love Appleton and Wisconsin so much. I assume.
Oh, I love Wisconsin.
Yeah.
I was born in the Philippines and raised partially there, quite a while actually, and then I came here, and this is where my family is from, my mom and dad.
Yeah, it's a great place. You could do a lot worse than Appleton, Wisconsin, my friend. And
I'm finding that out with everybody who's moving here from L.A.
Oh, really?
And driving our prices up.
Well, that's good for you, though, right?
No.
I
want everyone to be able to have an affordable home.
Well, yeah, that's a good point. I was being selfish on your behalf,
You were
thinking
being
you could stick it to one of these suckers from the West Coast, and they would way overpay for your house. It is great though. Do you have a favorite Kevin Bacon movie, Frank? Are you a fan?
No. I don't even think about Kevin Bacon.
Well, I mean,
I've never thought about Kevin Bacon.
He doesn't ever just seep into your brain when you're animating or playing your. Okay.
No.
Wow.
And I'm first and foremost a huge movie fan.
Yeah.
Is he the Footloose guy?
Yeah.
All right. I just thought of him.
A few good men. Footloose. He was the guy in his underpants in Animal House that says, "Thank you, sir. May I have another?" Not maybe his best work, but an interesting credit nonetheless.
I don't think of him at all. That's for people younger than me, I think.
Okay.
I'm pretty old.
That's fair. We'll go with Footloose. How was Joey's song? You introduced me to Mike Gamal, the creator, founder of Joey's Song. Just a spectacular event. And he was on the show a couple times talking about it. And you're a fixture there every year, playing music with some of the best musicians who have ever lived. What was that like this year?
This year was probably the best show, Saturday night show. It keeps getting better. And I've heard through the grapevine that some real big hitters will be appearing next year's show. It keeps expanding, getting better. The stage is more populated than ever.
Wow.
And what began as a bunch of Madison musicians who knew each other.
Right.
We're the backup band. Now it's five guys from Appleton.
Yeah. That's unbelievable. So bigger than what you already have. You guys have put together you put some pretty big stars out on the stage. It's going to be bigger next year.
I mean, word has it. I can't confirm, but it keeps getting bigger anyway. It always tops itself every year. It has two concerts, as you know, and the acoustic concert was quite wonderful on Friday night, before the big electric thing on Saturday night.
Yeah, I was amazed at when Mike was on the show, Frank, and thank you for the introduction again, that he was just talking about how much rehearsal goes into looking like you're casually playing with other great musicians, like how seriously they take it, even though it's a benefit concert and they don't even take any money for being there. That's so impressive.
It's also become a family. You see the same people year after year, and it's a reunion, really, when we all get back together. But rehearsal is intense and long. And it's like, herding a bunch of little kids. And Butch Vig took over the role of herding everybody and getting them on time and reading the bullet points and getting everybody, you in, you out, you in, you out. You can't have an ego.
Right.
If you're not wanted as an extra musician on a song, get out.
How much were you on stage this year?
70%.
Nice. Oh, that's fantastic, Frank.
But
That's such a great.
I'm on the leading edge of, age-wise. Butch and I are slightly shy of being the oldest ones there.
Really?
And both of us are working hard to get rid of us.
You should fire each other. That could help a brother
I think
out.
Butch will always be there,
Yeah.
But people like us should be removed. You got to keep up with the times, and you got to keep a younger, newer faces on the stage.
Some turnover. Frank Anderson is here, folks. He's the founder of WisconsinOlogy.com. When we come back after the news, we're going to talk about really cool stuff that started here in Wisconsin that you might not know about. This is Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite coming right back on the Civic Media Radio Network.
97.9 WGBW and WGBW.FM.
ABC News, I'm Dave Packer. In Switzerland, President Trump now saying he won't use force to take over Greenland, and that he and NATO have formed the framework of a future deal, and that the tariffs he threatened for European allies who didn't agree with his takeover efforts, they're off the table too.
It's a long-term deal. It's the ultimate long-term deal. And I think it puts everybody in a really good position, especially as it pertains to security and minerals.
The Supreme Court today sharply questioning President Trump's assertion of unchecked power in his unprecedented push to fire Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook. The president claimed without proof that she committed mortgage fraud. The newest target for federal immigration enforcement, Maine. The Department of Homeland Security launching Operation Catch of the Day there. The House Oversight Committee today voting to hold Bill and Hillary Clinton in contempt of Congress for declining to testify about Jeffrey Epstein. This is ABC News.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Scattered flurries around with a cloudy sky with clearing late tonight, a low of 5 above. Tomorrow, turning partly cloudy, breezy with a high in the mid-teens. An extreme cold warning starts tomorrow night. That's for the potential of wind chills down to 40 below. Currently, it's 19 degrees.
You're a storyteller, negotiator, artist, innovator. Whatever your passion, whatever your skills, behind the scenes or in front, you belong here. A career in broadcast media. Local radio and TV stations in every town and city need someone like you. So do what you love and bring your talent to life. Your passion, your skills, your career. You belong here. Learn more at youbelonghere.media.
My Alzheimer's diagnosis was hard to take.
But early detection allowed us to take control of the situation together.
Talk to your family about seeing a doctor. Go to alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
I'm Angela Bassett. For 33 million Americans, one bite can cause a life-threatening reaction. Now, there's a needle-free option for epinephrine. Learn more at foodallergy.org/ready-to-act.
Kids across America are going to school hungry every day. With help from caring people.
Passengers in time, lost in motion, locked together. Day and night by trickle light. I must take another journey. We must meet with other names. Oh, we must meet with other names.
All right. So, Balto is an animated movie from 1995. That was what Sidney Politics was saying his favorite Kevin Bacon movie is. Also starred Bob Hoskins, Bridget Fonda, and Phil Collins. It wouldn't be an animated movie without Phil Collins. Thank you again, Sidney Politics. My guest right now, folks, is Frank Anderson. Check out wisconsinology.com or see his work every year. Go to Joey's Song in Madison every January, a great benefit, and see some great music. Frank is a major part of that. But we love to have Frank on to talk about all things Wisconsin, which is kind of what Wisconsinology does. Frank, okay, so here's why I got this idea. I was in Waukesha this past weekend for a family thing, and I made a late-night grocery store run with my daughter, and I pull out onto the street called Les Paul Boulevard Drive, whatever it was, and I was like, oh, yeah, Les Paul guitars are from Wisconsin, or were created here. He's from Waukesha?
Oh, absolutely. Les, some say he invented the electric guitar. He did not.
Okay.
But he was among the first, and he was 14 years old when he began experimenting with the creation of what would be a practical electric guitar, which he introduced to the world in 1939. But the first electric guitar was a steel guitar, which is what I play. And that was 1931. But before that, a young teenaged Les Paul in the 1920s had an amplified log with strings on it and telephone parts being the pickup and amplification of the instrument. So he might have invented the electric guitar, maybe, but I've read so many things that allude to the fact that the first person ever to play an electric guitar was a black entertainer in Coney Island in 1928, actually play in front of people and have a practical instrument. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Les Paul invented almost everything in recording, everything. Multi-track recording, echo, sound on sound. He did it all. And Wisconsin has so many firsts in music. It's insane. The first million-selling single of all time, song of all time, million-selling sheet music copies, was "After the Ball" by Charles K. Harris of Milwaukee. And the first certified platinum single ever, certified platinum, is Disco Lady, written by Harvey Scales, Twist and Harvey Scales from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And the first million seller written by a woman is I Love You Truly. So we are so loaded with musical firsts. The first sampling keyboard, the first programmable sampling drum machine. These are huge things that changed how records are made.
Wow. Disco Lady, 1976, Johnny Taylor. I'm fascinated. The older I get, I'm more and more fascinated with disco. And I absolutely love the music. I don't know that I've ever heard that song, though, so I have to check that out. Frank, did you ever meet Les Paul?
No, I never met Les Paul. I saw him in concert.
Okay.
And
did he do all of these things from Wisconsin, or had he moved
no,
away?
he did.
Okay.
Well, all the electric guitar experimentation was partially in Wisconsin.
Okay.
He moved to Fort Lee, New Jersey later, during his great fame in the early 50s, and did a lot of that there. But they were all ideas that lingered in his head from his Wisconsin childhood of tinkering and making and thinking about sound.
Yeah. Wow. All right. So let's move on to The Onion, which is another great contribution to the comedy world, certainly, or the journalistic world, the way things are now.
I don't think great is a big enough word.
Yeah.
Earth-shaking,
right.
change. In comedy, The Onion's as big as the Beatles. It just wiped everything before it and changed the comedic mindset of the United States. And not only that, it fostered dozens and dozens of writers out into the industry.
In some ways, it's like, I know the Harvard Lampoon is very famous and hatched a lot of comedy writers, but The Onion is almost more special because it's from Little Madison, Wisconsin, and these writers, some of them are well known, but these guys did this without some of the fanfare, I think, that the Lampoon got, and I think it's funnier.
The Harvard Lampoon is BS. BS. It's mean.
How so?
The humor is mean.
Okay.
If you go back and read those issues, it's mean. It's cruel. It makes fun of things we can't make fun of anymore. Shouldn't make fun of. It's horrible. People with disabilities. It just goes hard and all in on easy targets, and we're supposed to go ha 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 like the class smart guy is making comments that are quite obvious. The Onion didn't have to go there, and it's lasted longer. The humor of the National Lampoon, dead as a damn dead, gone.
Yeah, great
dead.
point. Yes.
Do you laugh at 1975 SNL?
I don't even know if I would. I have no desire to go. I liked it at the time, but I have no desire to go back.
Well, I didn't like
but
it.
An Onion book, I'll page through an Onion headlines book that came out 20 years ago and still laugh my butt off.
It's timeless humor.
Yeah.
And it stayed with all of us. It's the biggest thing to hit comedy. And it's much like Dungeons and Dragons, another Wisconsin first, that changed the entire mindset of how you play a game.
Wow. That started in Wisconsin?
Yeah, in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin.
No
Gary
kidding.
Gygax, founder of Dungeons and Dragons. And I remember it long ago when it was first created. It was just a little bagged game in a plastic bag with random pieces inside, and it hung on a kiosk and you could pick it up. I forgot how much it cost. I had no idea that it would change the entertainment world. It foreshadowed, what we now call the gaming industry, really.
Right.
And it brought one's own storytelling skills into the game. That's the one thing I never, I tried to play it long ago, but I couldn't get over the fact that you don't have, that it's board game dominated.
The dice.
Yeah. Well, there's dice, but you're asked to bring your own imagination and world building and creation and imagination. And it literally said, anybody can play. Anybody.
Yeah. Wow. It's funny, you were talking about Lampoon versus The Onion, and they are stuck in the 70s. My friend Mike Schmidt, who is a regular on this show, had a meeting with National Lampoon like in 2003. And he's in this job interview, and the guy is an old Lampoon guy from back in the 70s. He says, all right, let's say this is you and this is, I don't know, Nixon. And Mike is like, it's 2003. Nixon is, you still go back to Nixon references? Like it was just this great, but that kind of describes the Lampoon, even though great writers have come out of there and graduated past that. I found that hilarious. Another thing I didn't know, supercomputers. Or jockey shorts, Frank. And this is just from the internet, but I mean, jockey shorts aren't quite the invention The Onion is, or, but
from where's Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin, the supercomputer of Cray Industries. Yeah.
That's where the supercomputer was invented.
That's kind of a broad term, the invention of the supercomputer. A supercomputer that was here's what came from Wisconsin. The very practical usable versions of things people had thought of, but had not made for every.
That's interesting.
And there's so much. Wisconsin is, well, I call it on my website, it sounds old-fashioned, the home of firsts, mosts, and greatest. Whatever it is, one of those, name any subject. And one of those things is a guy from Wisconsin or was invented in Wisconsin.
That's so great. Frankie Anderson is my guest. He is the founder of Wisconsinology.com, plays a mean steel guitar, and is also a director-producer. He joins us here on Nite Lite. We're talking about things that started in Wisconsin. I've got a few more, Frank, but if you want to go with another one or two, let's do that, because you're the guy with all the knowledge here.
Oh, you want me to do one?
Sure. The ones I had were architecture, the National Weather Service, which I didn't know.
Yes.
I guess that doesn't surprise me, but I would love to hear some of the ones that you.
Wisconsin drives everything. And speaking of driving, the first automobile race in the world, the Great Race of 1878. Green Bay to Madison, the Wisconsin legislator offered, I think it was $10,000 to the winner. 6 entrants, and they had to invent and then build a vehicle from scratch. And only 2 showed up, the city of Green Bay and the city of Oshkosh. And the city of Green Bay vehicle was fast. I think it went 10 miles an hour, but was unpredictable. Wheels fell
at 10.
And the city of Oshkosh was slow and steady, and I believe 4 miles an hour, and it won.
Oh, that is. And what year was that?
1878.
Oh my
Green Bay to Madison. Everyone was talking about it back then.
Let's not downplay the creation of jockey shorts here in Wisconsin, or we'd all be going commando right now in this frigid weather, which isn't a good.
No, we'd be going boxer.
There would have been other options that came along eventually.
There always was that other option.
Fair point. I saw that today architecture was created in Wisconsin, and I don't know. I couldn't really find anything to back that up.
That's a silly way of putting it. Let's just say that the architect who is from Wisconsin is mythic, a legend. I mean, Frank Lloyd Wright.
Frank Lloyd Wright, yeah.
You can't say architecture that's ancient,
Yeah.
But the world's, whether he deserves the title or not, everyone knows who Frank Lloyd Wright is.
Yeah. He could make a claim. You wouldn't be called insane if you said he's one of the greatest architects of all time. Frank Anderson is here, folks. We are going to talk to Frank. We're going to do a short break, and we'll have a couple more minutes with Frank after this. Frank, I want to ask you about the sinkholes in Lake Michigan that I saw you posted about recently on Facebook. That sinkholes fascinate me. I know very little about them, so maybe we could jump into that for a couple minutes when we come back. Unless you have another Wisconsin invention, we could do that as well. But we'll do that all with our guest. Frank Anderson, folks, is here, and it's a great, beautiful, cold, chilly night here in our awesome state of Wisconsin. This is Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
In the basement, down in the bay. Oh, you got the comfort so hard.
With locations in Appleton and Oshkosh, Insight Eye Care has been serving the Fox Valley since 1972, offering comprehensive eye care services. Their doctors also share a special interest in treating chronic dry eye disease, providing specialty contact lenses, and expert pediatric eye care. Find Insight Eye Care on North Sawyer Street in Oshkosh and Chain Drive in Appleton. Improving lives by improving sight with quality eye care for everyone in your family. Insight Eye Care. Visit wiinsight.com to schedule your eye exam today.
Hey, it's Amanda, and we all know that Northeast Wisconsin has some of the best events around, but trying to find them all can be tricky. So here at WGBW, we decided to do the work for you. Prevent boredom on any night by going to WGBW.fm and click events in the top right corner. You'll never have to spend forever scrolling to find out what's going on in your area. And if you got an event to share, hit us up by emailing info@WGBW.fm, bringing you local news and timeless hits while giving you the 411 on what's happening in New Wisco.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
We've all felt left out. And for people who move to this country, that feeling lasts more than a moment. We can change that. Learn how at belongingbeginswithus.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
Every 15 seconds, someone is diagnosed with cancer. If it's happened to you or someone you love, the American Cancer Society can help at every step of the journey. Visit cancer.org today.
Reading aloud to children sharpens their listening skills, expands their vocabularies, and nurtures a lifelong love of reading. That's why Reading is Fundamental, the nation's leading children's literacy nonprofit, offers free monthly read-alouds by popular authors through its Rally to Read program. Visit rallytoread.org to watch the read-alouds and discover exciting reading activities for school and home. Visit rallytoread.org today.
Welcome back. I'm Pete Schwaba. This is Nite Lite. We are in the home stretch here. Tomorrow night on the show, Hannah Lopez from NBC 26 will be here. She's going to make the popcorn pick of the week at 6:35, and then Irish author Molly Aitken joins the show to talk about her outstanding work. So another fun night on Nite Lite tomorrow, and then Joseph Williams from Toto will be here on Friday, Conrad?
Yeah, correct, Friday.
Yeah. And then Rob Thomas, Madison film critic, and It's a Bar Band Friday night. So Terry Barr will be here at 7:35. Right now we have a few more minutes with our pal Frank Anderson. Frank, sinkholes. Where do you stand on sinkholes? Are they as polarizing as the recent political climate, or can we all come together and fight the sinkholes? What's happening in Lake Michigan?
The sinkholes just are. They've always been there, from what we know so far.
Yeah.
They haven't really investigated them yet. And I believe they might be this summer. I love the sinkholes. It's great. We have a lot of great geographic anomalies in Wisconsin. A lot of where magnetic lines cross, outposts from ancient civilizations, the Middle Mississippian ruins that are about the state along our rivers. And it's just added to another mystery right now.
What are you surprised? And listen, I'm fascinated by science. I don't know a lot about science. It was never my best subject, but anytime I see something and read it, I'm blown away. I cannot believe that sinkholes, like I know Lake Michigan is like 900 feet deep at its deepest point, and it's hard to get down there, they say in this article I was reading, I think from your post. And it seems like this is something we should have been able to explore. It's just the Great Lakes. Not that the Great Lakes don't have their issues, but it seems like it's something we probably could have done a better job looking into.
Well, think of its depth. In 1938, the world's deepest dive ever was accomplished by a Wisconsin diver who invented, with fellow researchers, scuba diving.
Yes.
And that world's deepest dive took place right off of Milwaukee. So that alone should tell you, deepest human dive. So that alone should tell you how deep it is and how vast it is. It's huge.
Right.
I don't think of them as lakes. And I call Wisconsin's east side, the east coast of Wisconsin. People used to laugh at that, oh, just a lake, right? But they don't anymore, because we're become to realize these are great inland seas, the Great Lakes, and we're such a part of them.
It's funny. Before I left the Midwest, I didn't give a thought about the Great Lakes. I liked swimming in them and going places, and that was great. But now I am, just through all the shipwrecks and stuff we've talked about on this show with you, some of the fascinating things about the Great Lakes, and now I can't get enough of it. Like it fascinates me. The lakes fascinate me on every level, and as do sinkholes. What are you watching, Frank? You watching anything you could recommend? You always have good suggestions.
I'm watching that new Game of Thrones offshoot. I forgot the title.
Oh, yeah. What is it, Con? You're watching that too, right?
Well, there's two now. There's the Night of the Seven Kingdoms is the newest one.
Okay. That one.
Yes, that one has one episode out so far, and I thought it was hilarious.
Okay,
it's funny, it's gentle, it doesn't have all that opera, that Game of Thrones had.
Yeah,
and it's very winning. You start to like all these characters.
Oh, really?
That's what I'm watching.
Cool. Did you like Game of Thrones?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, same. I didn't think I would. I didn't think it was my cup of tea. And then, like in 2017, I started watching it. I think I blew through every episode in like 4 days. It was so addicting,
Well, ask the author of Game of Thrones what Dungeons and Dragons meant to him.
Oh, nice.
He can talk about that forever.
Frank, that is what you do. You just tied Game of Thrones to Wisconsin by way of Highway 41 and Dungeons and Dragons. I love it, buddy. Thank you so much as always. Stay warm, and we'll do it again soon. Love having you on, pal.
Thanks so much for having me.
You got it. All right,
Bye-bye.
That's Frank Anderson. Check out wisconsinology.com, folks. If you love Wisconsin or just knowledge, you will love it. There's some great, weird, fun, insightful stories there, and some great historical facts about Wisconsin. It's a really great, it's a great checkout, if you will. My thanks to Frank and Paul Vanden Plas from Wonderfully Wisconsin and Chastity, Washington. Thank you for all your calls and texts. And thank you to Mace Michaels for jumping on sort of last minute. Were you encouraged or discouraged by Mace's, what he had to say?
So discouraged.
It was pretty discouraging.
We appreciate him coming on and telling him, what's going on, but
come on, Mace, can you write a better story?
Yeah, just, you could lie.
I'm asking a meteorologist just to make stuff up. We don't want to do that.
I'm really hoping for, 70 and sunny in like 2 months.
Well,
is that too much to ask?
It's a big ask, but I don't think it's beyond the realm of possibility.
I'm hoping for a really good spring, because nothing makes me happier than finally being able to open the windows.
Yeah.
Smell, the fresh grass coming back in.
God, yeah, fresh cut grass.
The nights of the rain in the spring, and smelling that rain. I can't wait for that.
Definitely. Folks, this was fun. Thank you so much. I'm excited to have Joseph Williams from Toto on Friday. That's going to be fun. Sean Cassidy, ladies and gentlemen, will be on the show next Monday. talking about his Wisconsin date He's going to be performing here in the Dairy State. We'll talk about that with Sean next Monday. My wife will finally think I'm cool because I have Sean Cassidy on the show. And lots of fun tomorrow night we're talking Fox Valley Top Dog, a great contest with Ryan Albers tomorrow at 5:35. Ana Lopez from NBC 26 makes the popcorn pick of the week on this short week, and then Molly Aitken, Irish author, helps us close things down. This is Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on behalf of the lovable producer, Conrad. Good night, Wisconsin.